another just for my podcast going forward, I don't expect people to watch 2 hours straight and film, but man, like there's some definite like knowledge being dealt in these conversations and stuff like that. So man, watch 20, 30 minutes at a time and clip it up and take your time watching it, because I feel like at some point in this episode you can take a piece from this that's going to benefit your life.
You can get something out. You got to think about it. Like, this podcast popped up on your screen for a reason.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. This is episode 6. Welcome back. Got my guy Jake.
Round 2.
Yep.
I feel honored.
Yeah.
First time, second guest.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Episode 3, now episode 6. So in this episode, we're gonna give it a little different twist. I'm gonna be telling my journey, and a lot of people know bits and pieces of it, but I've never really told anyone my story from start to finish and what got me to where I'm at today. But yeah, no, appreciate you coming on again.
Yeah, bro.
And I can't wait, to hear
We're
your
back
questions
in it.
And just show the difference between our two journeys and our two stories, but how similar they could be on two different aspects.
Yeah, I think that's why this is so perfect. That I feel honored that he wanted to have me back on, not only as this first time second guest, but just with our stories being so similar the first time around. I felt like it would be a good opportunity for you to tell your journey. Because like everyone talks about like the journey now, right? Like that's another one of those cool words people throw out. But your podcast, like the journey means more to you than meets the eye, and now you're gonna have like the opportunity to finally tell that story, which is gonna be tight.
This is dope. So
and we're in a professional studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Selfless Film Studio.
Selfless Studios, baby.
So
hell yeah,
setup is fire. The Journey Podcast here. Follow your dreams. But shout out Ben from OJ's.
We got fresh cuts before.
Shout out Ben.
We went to the same barber.
But we got to show him that one.
All right, yo. So let's roll. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Man. All right. Let's go from. Do you want to give like an origin story about?
Yeah. We could start up from upbringing and then.
And then
high school, college, and.
Yeah, and then get into what even made you start this.
Right.
Because I'm sure like whatever went on as at a young age and the things that you went through and your experience with JUCO and now playing college ball, that all led you here right now. So, bro, I guess like I'm gonna let you take the floor, bro.
Okay. And, first time doing this one.
Give it a go.
Yeah. All right. So, grew up Huntington with Jake. We all went to school together. Grew up playing sports, football, basketball, baseball. You played baseball, right? You did for a little bit.
Yeah, bro. I played baseball. I was deathly afraid of getting hit by pitches.
I remember that.
Yeah,
it's not good. Tri-Village. I remember that.
I was not a good athlete. He was always a stud.
But growing up, it was really for me. It was football and baseball were like my main two.
Yeah.
Loved football, quarterback.
Yeah.
Baseball, pitcher. I love being in control.
Yeah.
That was like my forte.
And you were always pretty good, right?
I was very good. Like as a pitcher, I was 13-2 going into Williamsport. Almost made it to Little League World Series. 1 game short. Football, quarterback, Bulldogs. I didn't lose a game in 4 years at quarterback. And this is, I'm 8 to 12.
Yeah.
But at that time, that's all we knew. And you know what I mean?
And that Bulldogs team was nasty, too, for anyone that's watching. That,
we were probably one of the best PAL football teams on Long Island. Like,
I never made that team.
But, we had some studs on there. And we had some athletes that went, like Rocco went to Michigan for lacrosse.
Yeah.
Joe Sotomayor went to Villanova for football.
Yeah.
We had some dudes. Reyes brothers, Jerron.
Studs.
So... Yeah, but football and baseball was like my, I love that. Basketball was just always something I could play in my driveway with my dad and my boys after football or after baseball practice or after.
Because I don't remember you being that, like you just said. I don't remember basketball being the thing growing up.
It wasn't, I loved, like, it was fun and I was good, but it was like, I love football, I love baseball. So to get into that, football, I wasn't big enough. I didn't have the body for it. Injuries just started piling on top of each other. And by ninth grade, St. Anthony's, it was like football's done.
Yeah.
Baseball, I threw a curveball in like sixth grade.
Okay.
On a Friday night game in Tri-Village, trying to
That's pretty dope. You're already throwing curveballs.
Yeah, which you shouldn't be.
No.
That's why I got hurt.
Yep.
Shattered my growth plate. My arm. Did you? Yeah, on one pitch. I felt it snap, and my dad, my whole life, told me never throw a curveball until you can't. They teach you're not supposed to throw curveballs until your body's fully developed.
Right, yeah, that's what like every adult says.
Fucking 11, 12 years old, and I threw a curveball, and that was it for my pitching career. It was never the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of like basketball just was like, this is what all I got left.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. And growing up, my mom, she hated football because she was scared I was going to get hurt.
Yeah, every mom hates football.
Yeah, she was terrified. She wouldn't even want to go to the games.
Except for my mom.
She probably loved it. Yeah.
She was just happy that I was playing sport. She was happy she got to tell everyone else that I was a football player.
That's dope.
But most moms don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then baseball was too boring for her.
Yeah.
She would come support, but it was too boring.
Yeah.
Basketball, she loved it.
Right.
Because it was exciting, it was fast paced.
Yeah.
And it just it's crazy.
She really supported too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then, right?
Yeah. She because my dad would coach.
I remember her being like a sport mom.
Yeah, my dad would coach and my mom would be there for everything. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, my mom passed away when I was 12. And that was tough on me.
Yeah, bro.
It's
tough hearing it now.
Yeah, no, like looking back, at 12 years old, like you don't even really know like what's going on. You just kind of know that she's not here anymore, So that was tough for me just growing up, and I always like would ask myself like why? Yeah. Or like ask God like why? Because they say everything happens for a reason, this and that, and I would tell myself that all the time, like there's a reason behind this, there's a reason. But then like there was some days I would agree to it and I would be like, you know what, there is a reason, I'm gonna see it one day. And then there's other days I'm just like, why?
Do you remember exactly what your emotions were at the time?
Yeah, bro. I mean like when it happened,
because bro, I remember being that young. Your mom, you were like one of the first people, because we were so young, that like lost a parent.
Right.
And I remember being that young and it almost being like not even like reality, know? I wasn't in the house, so I don't know, but I remember it was just young. Like, did it hit you right away that?
So, I mean, she had stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, bro.
So we kind of knew months prior that there was going to be an end date. You know what I mean? Like you weren't going to beat it. Yeah. So that's where it kind of really sunk in. Yeah. But then like the night it happened, I remember it was like probably 1, 2 in the morning. And I just hear my dad like get up out the house like really quick and like close the door. Yeah. The dogs are barking and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm 12 years old. I'm like, all right, what happened?
What's going on?
So I'm up. I can't really fall back asleep. I'm just curious, like, all right, like why would he leave at 2 in the morning?
Yeah.
And
you probably felt a little uneasy too. Maybe subconsciously, maybe you knew what was going on.
And all of this is like it all happened so fast. You know what I mean? We're looking 11 years later now. Yeah. But I remember my family started showing up before my dad got back.
Yeah, bro.
I remember my uncle was the first. Like I heard the door knock, so I thought it was my dad. So I opened the door, and it was my uncle, and like they were in tears. Yeah. So that's when I was just like, my heart dropped, and I was like, wow. So like now I'm sitting there. I remember I sat in the living room, and I just sat there, hands like this, and I just sat there, didn't move. I don't even think I was crying. I was just like. I didn't know what to feel.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah. And then more family started showing up. This is 2 in the morning, bro, at my crib. Yeah. And then, my dad showed up. Mm-hmm. And then that's when it hit, seeing him. So that was tough, you know what I mean? And there was some days where, like I said, like I accepted it. And I was like, there's a reason behind this, you know what I mean? And then there's other days I'm just like, why? Like, why me? Like, why did, like, all my friends are growing up with their mom, you know what I mean? And why did... she didn't get to watch me grow up and play college and play high school, like why? Yeah. So that was a tough question as a 12-year-old, a tough reality that I had to face. Yeah. And, all those, like, people, I mean, looking back now, obviously it's meaningless, but, like, even back then, like, your mom jokes was funny all the time, you know what I mean? And it was just, like, I had to just sit there and just be like, damn. Or a teacher, you know what I mean? Like, it would get brought up. Like, oh, do you want me to call your mom? Like... or I'll call your mom, like, you know what I mean? It was just those little things, and it would just always just trigger it. So it was tough as a 12-year-old. as I started growing up, I started using it as all right, now I'm understanding the reason behind it. I'm understanding why God took her. Mm-hmm. And to take the positive out of it, that's the exact reason. Because now it's like, now I have someone, my mom, my best friend, watching me from above. Yeah. And now she's watching everything I'm doing. So now it's like, now I have a purpose. Now I have fire to make something happen with my life. So I used it as, I just tried to turn it a negative to a positive, really.
Good for you, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. I'm thinking of someone in general that lost their mom recently. One of my best friends, too, in high school, this kid Jordan Folgers, lost his mom to breast cancer.
I know Jordan, yeah.
And I know a lot of people would really benefit off of hearing your mindset about turning that negative, that horrible moment into a positive thing, bro. It's really powerful, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would be moved by it.
Yeah, and then another thing that, like, you know, for anyone that lost a parent or a loved one, like, you got to realize, like, that's the worst thing that could happen to me other than losing my father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm an only child, so it's like, the worst thing that could ever happen in my life happened to me already at 12. Yeah. So now anything else that happens to me negatively or bad, let it bother me for 5 seconds. But it's like, bro, I got through that. Yeah. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Breakup. You know what I mean? Breakups.
Oh, man.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Bad days.
Yeah, bro. You
fired
from a job. Good. No. Okay.
No, seriously though.
Yeah.
So, but you know but that's the only thing you can do. There's nothing I can do to change what happened. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's where I just feel like, bro, the worst has happened. Anything else that happens is below that, and I got through that, so I'm gonna be good regardless. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing for anyone, you know, bro. Try to use that as just like, you got through the mud, you know what I mean. And now you know what I mean. You got through the tunnel, and now there's gonna be like better days. So
yeah,
that's definitely a huge thing that helped me move past that. Where it's like, you know, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, I use that with other people's stories, because up until now, the only things that I have to compare to when it comes to disaster in my life has been the only things that have happened to me. And up until now, I mean, my life has been pretty good when it comes to loss. So sometimes when I'm really tripping and I'm really in my head and freaking out, I think about other people's pain, other people's problems. I'm like, dude, like I remember Ray Lewis said this one thing, bro. He was giving a speech. This is actually a beautiful story, and then we'll get back into your thing. Yeah, Ray Lewis, bro, I remember when I was really in my head last year when I first had a little bit of a bout with mental health things. I needed like some type of motivation, and this Ray Lewis video popped up in my lap, and it's a video of him after the year before they won the Super Bowl. I think they made it to the AFC Championship and lost. And he goes in the locker room, and everyone's head is down in the locker room, all upset. And Ray Lewis, bro, gets up, one of the greatest of all time, and gives a speech. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, "Yo, keep your head up. Like you got to put your pain into perspective. Like someone." A 17-year, I had a mom call me last night. A 17-year-old child died of bone cancer. Like, we have no reason to be upset right now. You know, like
100%, yeah.
So that hit me. You know, he said, "How deep are your problems if God gives you a chance to come back tomorrow and do it again?"
Can't be that serious.
Bro, I started saying that over and over again. I'm like, damn, how deep are my problems before? Yeah. Because that's a bar, bro. Like, you take those. So for you, I mean, you really had one of the worst things ever happen to you. So
up until my life, that was the worst thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Worst thing. So, and I'm still going. So
still going. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, like what led me to that point, like I said, like my mom loved basketball. So it just seemed like it almost only made sense that basketball was going to be my chosen path for a sport. Because I was an athlete. I was going to be an athlete regardless. My dad's a big time athlete. Family, you know what I mean? I was sports, whatever. Yeah. Basketball, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, all right, now I'm playing her favorite sport as well. Right. So 9th grade, that was when I made the decision where I was like, I quit football, I quit baseball. Because I feel like if you want to be serious about a sport, you got to pick one.
Yeah.
You can't be a three. There's a select few that can be great. LeBron James, Allen Iverson. There's a select few that can be great at 2-3 sports. Bo Jackson. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Me, I gotta pick one and go all in on it.
This is the athletic ability you were given.
Exactly. And but yeah, so that's why I said, you know what, basketball's gonna be it. What we spoke about the other last night was the 10,000 hour theory, and you know, I got in tune with In the Lab with Dev Williams, and I just started studying all his film and all his videos with just working hard, man, and just they're breaking into gyms, they're running hills. I'm doing the same thing. Me and Albert and
you
Drew,
were doing that in high school,
bro. 9th grade, we couldn't. If we got an indoor gym, it was like heaven. Yeah. Because we grew up playing, bro. We're playing at the park every day. We're playing at West 11th. Yeah. We're playing at Wolf Hill.
Right.
So I'm growing up, me, Andrew, Albert, Chris, Nima, and bro, we're breaking into whatever gym. We're leaving a rock in the door to leave it open to come back later and get more shot. Anything we could do to be in a gym, we did.
Hey, tell them about the Ball is Life thing. This is that.
Oh, right? Yeah. When we started, like, so it was just like, that was right when, like, Ball is Life took off, and it's just like, people just labeled us as just like Ball is Life. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember, like, if I were to see you in high school, I'd be like, yo, Ball is Life. And, like, one of you guys would always have a basketball in your head. Like the stereotype of Ball is Life.
Seriously. We always had a backpack, we had shorts on, and we had a basketball, and we were dribbling, and we were walking somewhere or riding our bike somewhere to play basketball. Wow. And it was crazy because it's just like, bro, we grew up playing at the park. You know what I mean? All these people, you know, looking back now, they're all playing AAU. Yeah. They're on legit EYBL circuit teams. You know, all the good kids, at least. Yeah. We're playing at the park. Yeah. We're just hooping for fun, and we're working, bro. We just thought NBA. Like, we didn't even think college back then.
Now, really quick, what got you there? Because from 12 to 13 to 14, I mean, you had that horrible thing go on with your mom. You transitioned from football, and then baseball, and then now you're playing basketball. Like, I didn't get serious with football until I was 17. And even then, like, you guys had, like, NBA mindset at 13 years old. How did that happen?
So, bro, it started in my driveway, where every day, Albert, Chris, and Andrew, and then obviously Jerron, Andre, freaking Julian Kleber, like, all of us would just hoop in my driveway, bro. And we would just hoop every day. My dad would be out there with us. And, bro, we just got so competitive, and we wouldn't talk for days because of a game, of a 2-on-2 game that happened the day before. Yeah. So we just fell in love. I fell in love personally with getting better, like, at basketball, because I just started, like, progressing, and then I started going to the parks. Because growing up, at the time, I don't even know how tall I was, but white kid playing basketball, you got to prove yourself. Yeah. And I would go to the Stimson Park before rec night. I wouldn't get picked up. I would sit there. I would not get picked up. Really? Bro, I watch 3-4 games, not get picked up. It's all older guys, you know what I mean? They're not going to pick me up. Why would they pick up some little white, scrawny kid? They don't know if he could play or not. Right. I'll always remember this moment. I finally got picked up. Yeah. Bro, killed. Had like 7 straight, hit every shot. That must have felt behind good. The back pass. Yeah, and then from that point on, it was like, okay, he could play. Yeah. So now I'm getting picked up there. And then every park I went to, it translated. So it was like,
that's a cool moment, bro.
So, I mean, I've had to do that time in and time out in my life, but that's anyone. You do have to prove yourself. But that was just a moment for me where it was like, all right, I just got to prove myself this time. And I just saw myself getting better, playing with better people every time. And then 9th grade went to 10th grade, and I got really serious about it. Yeah. Didn't party. I didn't go out. No. I wasn't messing with girls.
This is the break in our similarity. At that point, all I was doing was partying.
And that's the difference between St. Anthony's and Whitman. Yeah. Not that there wasn't partying going on at Whitman, but St. Anthony's, it's just like, you're just around it all the time, and you're from different towns. It's like, you're going to a Whitman party. You're in Huntington.
Yeah, and, like, you knew there was no reason to, like, go to a Whitman party and show off in front of, like, girls or anyone. Right. Because you knew everyone. Right. You know, like, if you, like, did something ridiculous to, like, almost show off, everyone would be like, you don't do that, Zach. What are you doing? Exactly. But I was doing that at St. Anthony's.
Because you got to think, St. Anne's kid has a party. And now his friends from his public school, they're coming, and those girls are coming. So exactly, it's two different worlds.
Yeah, two different worlds.
And that's when I fell in love with it then. So fast forward, high school, Whitman, wasn't good. Shit show.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much didn't play. I played 9th, 10th grade with Coach Russell on JV, and then I went to varsity, didn't play as 11th grader.
Yeah.
Should have played. We had very, very talented team. I was good enough to get a lot of minutes on that team, but
He didn't play you at all, 11th grade?
barely, bro. Put me in here and there,
Coaches suck, huh?
I'm just like, bro, like, you're not even giving me a shot, bro. It came one time my dad walked off. He just laughed in the middle of the game and just gave him the finger as he's walking out.
That's funny, bro.
Bro, just like, but it's just like, bro, I'm not a cocky dude, but it's like, bro, I put the work in. I was good enough to play in a public school at Walt Whitman, a team that went 6-12.
Yeah, for sure.
And it spoke for itself that the next year I tried out for the Alzheimer's Classic, the Long Island All-Star Game.
Mm-hmm.
I make it as a top 12 player in Suffolk County. I play in the game. I have a big-time block. I block some dude's shot on the glass. He tried to dunk on a fast break, which you usually don't do in an all-star game. You usually just let him dunk it. But I was like, nah, fuck it.
No way.
I was like, all right, this is my moment. I just remember that moment.
You took his moment right from him.
Bro, I remember going up for that block, and I just see, like, everyone, like, standing up like this. It just happened in slow motion. I'm like, bro, if I get dunked on right now, like, it's over.
Yeah.
All of Long Island's here.
That's crazy that you realized that in
MSG
the matter of 0.2 seconds. You were just thought you thought all
I
those
was like, what am I doing? I was like, why did I do this? I was like, damn. And then I got it on the glass, crowing crazy. You know,
What a moment.
Yeah, I got a lot of like pub from that Long Island. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
I scored a point in the game.
Okay.
I think I took 2 shots. I was 0 for 2, but everyone
blocks are cool.
that block, whatever.
Yeah.
So that kind of I transferred to Southampton, which was my best move in my whole life for basketball.
Yeah.
Went out there and we won a Long Island championship, 23-3. Number 2 in New York State for a Class B school. I played in the big school, small school chip game. What else? You know what I mean? It was everything I could ask for a senior year to have nothing go from 9th, 10th, 11th grade for the sport I loved.
Yeah.
And then senior year, it just like all came full circle. And it was like, this was worth it. You know, like.
Oh, what a moment.
It was nice. You know what I mean?
It's like the glory.
It was nice.
It's finally here.
And, we had a good team. It was fun. It was a good run.
Did you guys ever play Whitman?
We played at Whitman. So this is crazy. We played 2 games at Whitman, but Whitman was a neutral site. So we played Bridgehampton, which was our rival. Okay. Charles Manning, who's at LSU now, was their best player.
Wow.
We beat them by 25
Yeah.
at Whitman.
Uh-huh.
And, all my boys is there from hometown.
Right.
And then everyone from the Hamptons is out there.
So
So
I went to one of those games.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was probably the Bridgehampton game because that's when all my boys
It was packed, too, for those games.
Packed.
Yeah.
Whitman hasn't been that packed since 03, 04 with Nick Carter or Miles and 11. And,
Fun moment.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we played Brentwood in the big school, small school chip game.
Okay.
So that was the overall Suffolk County championship. Beat us by 4 in overtime. And it was a good game. They had 6 college players on one high school team.
Yeah.
They're the biggest school in Long Island. So it was great, but I got to play back at Whitman for 2 games my senior year.
Man.
It was just funny how everything worked.
Man, I would have loved to play a college football game in St. Anthony's.
Right. Just
That would have
like
been fun, huh? But whatever.
But yeah, so that's when that was really got my basketball thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have much college offers or recruitment.
How is recruitment in Long Island? Do kids get recruited here?
If you're good enough and you have the size, yes. And if you make a name for yourself at a young age, I feel that plays a big role in it.
What's more important with basketball, talent or size?
Talent.
Really?
I believe so.
Wow.
I feel like football is more size because they can teach you it.
Yeah.
If you have talent in basketball, bro, if you're skilled, you know what I mean? Look at Trey Young. Look at these guys in the NBA, bro. They're same size as me, bro.
Yeah.
If you're skilled and you can shoot the ball, like you can play. You know what I mean? If you can guard a little bit and you play hard and you're smart. So I think the skill is a big thing, especially as a guard. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, if you have size, it helps.
Yeah.
But I'll take skill over size any day.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, man. So I didn't have much schools on me after that. The only school that had talked to me was St. Joseph's College in Long Island. Coach Kevin Spann, who was on my last episode.
Okay, cool.
He commented on my Instagram post from my highlights at IS8 and was like, call me.
And your highlights were nasty, right?
Yeah. My highlights were good.
Nasty, yeah.
Highlights were good, you know what I mean? I had a good senior year. I was talented, bro.
So did you think that you were getting under-recruited?
I did at the time, but looking back, could I have played Division I basketball at a high school? Hell no.
Yeah.
Not, after going through what I've been through now and seeing
now
how good people are.
What
No. Could I have played at a local Division II and worked my way up freshman to sophomore and got some burn sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, killed it? Absolutely.
Really quick, how different is basketball like game-wise versus just playing on the street?
Night and day.
Like, can you be nasty on the street and be terrible in a game?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Absolutely.
Right.
There's a bunch of people that, street ball legends, stuff like that, put them in a real game with refs, and it's different. It's a different game. There's different schemes. It's real defense. It's a different ball game. So
yeah, because I remember growing up, like, kids being nasty at the parks, but then them not doing anything with it, them not getting any scholarships or anything.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know that unless you played. Like, unless you really played the sport. It's common sense. Like, if you play the sports, like, you know what I mean? Like, you go to the park.
You're not doing, like, from a non-basketball player, you're not, like, calling plays on the street.
No, you're just hooping. You're just hooping. Yeah. You're just hooping. Mm-hmm. But so my recruitment was shit. You know what I mean?
We had that in common. Our recruitment sucked.
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Did I want Coach Kev Span was like a mentor to me in high school, and at that point in time, I was like, man, I don't want to go Division III, and I can't afford it.
Yeah.
St. Joseph's is a private school that's $40,000 a year, and I just can't afford it. It's not realistic to me.
Do all Division IIIs not give scholarship?
Yeah, there's no athletic money. There's ways you can get grants and financial aid and work things out, but that's a private school, so it's not even like a public. Mm-hmm. So it didn't work out, so I decided to go to prep school. And I went to Upper Room Christian, and, they sold us.
I don't even remember that.
It was after 2016.
Who went to Nigel?
Nigel did go to Upper Room. Yeah. And I went the year after him.
Okay.
So it was a national prep school. It was right in Dix Hills, but we play a national schedule, play Brewster, play Putnam Science Academy. We played some big time schools.
That's funny that out of all the schools in Long Island, it was Upper Room that was the
right. Upper Room and Our Savior are like the two like national programs, and Lehigh as well.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so I went there. I probably played 3 tournaments. We went to North Carolina. I played in like 3 things, bro. Didn't get any playing time. Nothing. I wasn't going to get anything out of it, and I'm paying. So I'm like, why would I do this? If I could go get a job, make money, I already have my highlight tape, and I'm just going to start emailing coaches. And this is where it started, where I'm like, I'm just going to start selling myself, and I'm going to get myself a school.
Wow. So
I quit. I quit the team.
So at prep, you're not burning any college eligibility, right?
No, none.
Wow.
None. So
what
I'm like,
good idea.
I'm like, this gives a year for my body to mature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get mentally stronger, learn the game a little more. And then at this time, I'm playing with KJ all the time. I'm playing with Nigel. I'm at LA Fitness every Monday night, which it's competitive. You know what I mean? So I'm getting better and better. I'm 18, 19 years old. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I know I can play in college. Looking back now, did I do everything I could have done at Upper Room to play? No.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, you just think it's the coach's fault. You think it's this fault. And I probably wouldn't even played myself because I went in, I wasn't playing confident. I played scared, you know what I mean? And I went back and I talked to my assistant coach from there. I see him all the time at games, Coach Charlie. He's a big like pro scout for many NBA teams. And yeah. And we laugh about it now. He's like, you wasn't ready to play back then. You know what I mean? But at the time, I'm like, I'm good enough. You know what I mean? I go play at the park. I kill everyone. I do this. I'm a Long Island champion.
Hell yeah.
But in reality, it didn't mean anything on a national level.
No.
So I left. I worked at Lids. Then I worked at Foot Locker. And, bro, I start sending out emails every day. I'm up till 3 in the morning. 4 in the morning, mass sending emails. I would send you an email until you told me.
So similar, bro.
Until you told me no.
Yeah.
I had a coach email me one time. I'm there from Western Oklahoma Junior College.
Okay.
And he said, "Stop sending me emails. I don't want to recruit you." I said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
You told me no.
At least, yeah.
I'm not gonna take no for an answer until you tell me.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, maybe you didn't see my email. You probably get hundreds of emails a day. Because I think my film is good enough that's going to intrigue you. If you watch the first 30 seconds, you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to watch the rest. I'm going to watch the rest of this. This kid is tough.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to that you're not taking no for an answer. On Mike Studd's podcast, he had that trainer on. went to Syracuse. Long story short, he was trying to get into ABCD camp, and he's faxing Sonny Vaccaro. Sonny sends him 1,000 faxes.
Okay.
And he shows up. He's like, all right, come to the camp. He shows up like, I don't know you, but he's like, you just kept sending me faxes. He's like, maybe you didn't see him. He's like, I wasn't going to stop till you tell me no.
Yeah.
And he got in, and he trains Derrick Rose, Kevin Durant, James Harden, big time, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love. And now he's an NBA trainer because he got his foot in the door at ABCD camp.
Yeah, wow.
So not taking no for an answer is a huge thing. Like,
There you go,
like
folks.
not stopping until you get no.
So you know that book Think and Grow Rich?
I've heard of it. I haven't read it though.
So it's like that's like the book that people like. I remember like it's very trendy, and if you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, but you're getting into business, people like when people talk about it, they're like, you gotta read Think and Grow Rich, and you're like, why? And they're like, dude, you just gotta read it. And even when you read it, like you read the first chapter, and in the chapter, it's like, wait till you see the power that you get out of this book. So like everyone's like, even the prologue is like telling you like this is about to be a big deal. It's basically just about persistence. Like that's I think that's the first chapter. Is chapter 1 is on persistence. Yeah. It's like not taking no for an answer. It's like I am going to send you 1,000 faxes. Yeah. I don't care because if you do that, I mean, you don't have anything to lose.
Nothing.
You know,
and if they say no, you're in the same spot you would have been if you didn't send the email.
How many stories do you hear about like a guy getting rejected 1,000,000 times by one girl, and then finally she caves and they get married. They have like this beautiful like thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's like I love those stories about kids like that.
Yeah. So, bro, I was up every night sending emails. One night, I think it's probably around November of 2016. Mm-hmm. I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. I get an email from South Georgia Tech. He's like, just watched your film. I love it. We want you. Bro, my heart drops. I'm like, this is the first school that ever said like that really took a shot on me.
Yeah.
He's like, call me. Bro, he's up at 3 in the morning reading emails. So I'm like, all right, this is a sign.
Yeah.
I call him the next day. We set up a flight for a visit.
Whoa.
And me and my dad fly down to Atlanta 2 weeks later. And he's like, I just want to see you work out in person.
What is that, a JUCO?
Yeah, Division I JUCO in Georgia, South Georgia Tech.
Oh, whoa.
Small school, 3 hours out of Atlanta.
Okay.
So we fly down to Atlanta, get a rental, and drive 3 hours to Americus, Georgia, in the country, middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And I'm like, I love it. Because I'm like, I'm going to play basketball, and I'm going to get my degree, and I have no distractions. I have nothing to do around here.
Wow.
There's food. I have a bed.
So good for you, bro.
And I was like, and I have a gym that I can go in anytime I want.
Because then like all your a majority of kids that you know are in just like they'd be like in the middle of nowhere. I have nothing to do. Next, like kids are looking for like what's around. How many clubs are here? How many bars are here? What's the food like? You're like, oh, there's nothing to do but basketball. Sounds good.
Yeah, I was like, I love it. I was like, so I do the workout and I kill it. I shoot probably. It's just no players around. Just a shooting workout. You know what I mean? Going through. He's seeing my game, and I probably shoot 85%. I missed probably 5 shots the entire workout.
Wow.
Balling. My dad's. It's just me, my dad, and the coach in the gym at 10 o'clock at night after their game.
Okay.
And he looks at me. He's like, "We want to offer you a full scholarship."
Whoa.
Shakes my hand.
Whoa.
I verbally commit on the spot. I'm like, "Let's do it." I leave 2 days later. You know what I mean? Everything was good. Right. At this time, I am speaking to a few other schools, but it's just small talk here and there. You know, they're just staying in the loop. Because you got to think, they're in the middle of their season right now, November, December. Their conference play is just kicking off.
They're not like really heavy recruiting.
So it's a tough time to send out emails. Yeah. March, April is really that. Mm-hmm. May, even late June, July for JUCOs at least. Yeah. And so I stopped talking to every other school. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm committed. I post on Facebook. I post everywhere. And we pretty much commit, and I'm happy. And March comes around, and I go and play all day at LA Fitness. Mm-hmm. And then someone tells us, "Hey, you want to come play in a men's league game at Northsport? We're playing."
Oh no!
We're playing Jerry Powell's men's league team.
Where this is going.
Black Mambas. My body's tired. I'm like, all right, let's go play.
Good. Let's go hoop.
I want to
Paul's
play
like,
all day. And I go to freaking contest a shot, and I come down and I land on the dude's foot, bro.
Oh man.
And
Goodness gracious.
And I tear my ATF ligament 2 weeks before I'm supposed to go down there and sign at the school.
Oh no.
So they wanted me to come down with all the recruits that were coming in so we can get a feel for each other for the upcoming season.
Okay.
And we were all going to sign, take pictures, everything.
Wow.
So I'm like, wow. I leave and I remember I was in tears, not in pain.
Yeah.
I'm just like, my one opportunity just got taken from me like that. And I'm like, if they they're not going to want me right now. And I remember, I don't know his name, but I see him in all the men's league. He played at Syracuse. I was playing against him. He picked me up, I was playing against him. He picked me to the side, and he just talked to me, and for like 20 minutes, just, trying to get my mental right and try to keep me in great spirits.
What a great dude, bro.
Big time. He was a
Shout
JUCO
out to
guy.
him,
JUCO guy, went to Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll never forget that moment. I don't even know his name, but I know for a fact he played at Syracuse. Big time Division I guy.
Yeah, well, shout out to you if you ever watched this, man.
Bro, I went down there. I still flew down there.
Were you gonna fake it, kind of?
Bro, I told the assistant, and I was like, man, like, I can't play. But he was like, we'll tell coach, and we'll, I want you, but I don't know how he's gonna react.
Oh.
So I go down there, bro, and I'm hobbling. I'm hobbling all over the court. I
thought it was just a sign.
No, I remember I said they want all the new recruits down there, so they wanted to get us up and down to play with the returners. So the freshman JUCO guys that were returning, they wanted the new guys to come in just so we can mesh and create a little chemistry going into the summer. Because I was supposed to go there in June. They had summer, so I was gonna go there, take summer class. We were gonna work out all summer. And man, I was hobbling up and down the court. Oh no! I made the most of it. You know what I mean? I did what I could. I played point guard. I was vocal. I was trying to do.
You told the head coach?
Yeah, he knew after that. You know what I mean? I had to tell him when I got down there. But I was trying to do all the intangibles. So I was trying to be vocal. I was trying to be a leader.
Yeah.
I was trying to just show, you know what I mean, that I can still
add something of value even though you're not playing.
Have an impact even though like I can't perform how I want to.
Yeah.
And I didn't look like myself. And the next morning when we were supposed to sign, I asked the coach, like, hey, like, we're going to, am I still going to sign? And he's like, yeah, we'll sign before we take you back to the airport.
Okay.
I woke up at 6 a.m. They woke me up and drove me back to the airport. And I was like, I'm not even going to ask at this point. I was like,
really?
You know what? Yeah. So, bro, like,
oh, man.
Went home.
It was like that?
Yeah, went home. I texted him. He's like, I think we're going to move on.
That's pretty crushing, bro.
And this is April.
It sucks, man, like a grown man at that time, especially someone you think you look up to as a coach, should have probably been like, hey, like, dude, you're a baller, but like,
it's an ankle,
like, I mean, if they had the decency to let you play, that would have been one thing, but what I'm talking about is just like, let you at least communicate with you why, instead of just like the silent car ride home. I feel like that's...
Didn't say a word, bro, and sent me a text when I got home. Like, I just think we're gonna go our separate way.
Man, they broke up with you the wrong way.
Right. So this is April, bro, and now I'm like, I don't have a school. I have nowhere to go.
Again.
So I hit up.
This is freshman year.
This is like the end of that post grad year, 2016.
2016, right.
Going into 2017.
Okay.
Now. So this is April 2017.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. No, sorry, I'm way
April
off.
2016.
April 2016. Yes. And I hit up my AAU coach that I played with, Coach Kasim. Shout out Kasim.
Shout out.
And I'm like, yo, can you hit up Niagara County for me to get me a workout? I just need a workout.
What's Niagara County?
Division II JUCO in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
No full scholarship, partial scholarship, got to pay for your living, got to pay for your food. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, it's a shot. It's an opportunity. You know what I mean? Let me go up there. I go up there, kill the workout.
Okay.
Kill it again. There's 4 guys up there. Have a nice workout. They said they really want me. They just want to work out a couple other guys.
Okay.
And they'll get back to me. My AAU coach hit me up. He was like, they want you. He's like, just give them a week or 2. I took a 10-hour bus ride up to Niagara Falls. On the bus ride home, I'm like, you know what? Let me send out a few more emails. I'm up. I can't sleep right now. And my stupid self used to only send emails to schools with like the state or the city in it because it looked good. South Georgia Tech,
Bro,
Or
I was so happy when Missouri State offered me.
right, like it
I
just
was like,
sounds
yes.
nice, you know, like going to the state. So when I post this, because you know we all have that, you know,
Yeah, that whatever.
just
It's
caring of like, all right, how people are gonna perceive me committing to here.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I would hit up Mississippi, you know, Southwest Mississippi,
Yeah.
or you know,
something like that.
Tallahassee community, whatever. I'm scrolling through. I'm like Lawson State. I think Ty Lawson. I'm like, all right, let me send it. It can't hurt. Bro, 10 minutes later, I get a phone call
10
from
minutes.
an Atlanta area code.
Atlanta.
What's going on, Zach? This is Coach Shumper from Lawson State. I loved your film. I want to offer you a full scholarship. I'm on the bus ride home from
Wow.
another JUCO.
Division 1
Division
JUCO?
1 JUCO, full
Wow.
scholarship in Birmingham.
Wow.
Bro, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all
Sounds
right.
good.
I'm like, let me talk to my dad and I'll get back to you. I call my dad right away. Like, I got it.
Check with other
I'm
schools.
going back. I got another D1 JUCO.
Wow.
I'm good. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
My dad talks to him, 40-minute conversation. He's like, I love him. He's like, I need a New York point guard. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Their point guard the year before did 1 year, signed to Cal.
Oh, wow.
Did 1 year at Lawson State and signed to University
One
of
and
California.
Cool.
Played against Lonzo a couple games.
For basketball, do you have to get your AA, or can you just do
If
one?
you're a qualifier out of high school, you can do 1 year and go.
Are
I was a
most guys-
qualifier.
are most guys qualifiers? No.
At
Yeah.
JUCO, no.
Yeah.
I was. I
Yeah.
had good grades, but I lacked recruitment.
Right.
A lot of those guys have the recruitment.
Yeah, I was same as you, but everyone else was not
Yes.
qualifier. Yeah.
And so, bro, they have the conversation and everything's going good. I'm like, I'm going to Birmingham. Let's set up the visit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the coach stops talking to me for 2 weeks. Doesn't answer a text.
Oh,
doesn't
man.
answer a call. I'm trying to buy a flight.
Oh, this is terrible.
I'm like, yo, can I catch a break?
Yeah.
This is May.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I work out
'Cause you're supposed to be going somewhere in June, right?
in the summer. Yeah, in the summer. They want you there in the summer to
Yeah.
take some classes, get the ball
Acclimated,
rolling.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm working out with my trainer, and I'm like, yo, maybe he just blocked my number or something. Maybe he
Okay.
doesn't want me, but I need to hear him say no. I
Yeah.
need to hear him say he doesn't want me. So I gave my trainer his number. Where after our workout, I'm like, yo, just call him real quick.
Okay.
This dude answers on the first ring.
Yo, terrible.
He's like, hey, what's going on? This is
Oh,
so and so.
man.
This is Zach's trainer. You know, do you still want him? He's like,
Yeah.
oh my god. He's like, I left my phone in Birmingham.
Niagara Falls.
He's like, I left my phone in Birmingham. I flew to Atlanta, a personal family issue. He's like, you know, I literally haven't been on my phone. I just got back. I've been meaning to reach out to Zach. I've been a little busy.
Okay.
Yes, I want him. Let's set up the visit. Sense of, you know, I'm just like, whew,
Okay.
all right, I still got it.
Right.
Set up the visit. So I'm thinking it's going to be similar to my other
You
two.
still feel funny though about
no,
it? or-
no, not at all.
Okay.
I felt confident in him.
Okay.
Coach Shumper was my guy.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So I set up the visit. I get there. He walks me around the school, shows me the gym, shows me the locker room, sits me in the office, and I'm thinking like, all right, I'm about to lace up, work out for him. Hopefully he likes me. He's like, hands me a letter of intent. He's like, you want to sign or you want to call your dad first? I'm like, I don't have to work. I was like, you don't want me to work out? Nothing? He's like, no. He's like, I've seen enough of you. He's like, I want you. I'm like, yeah. I signed before I even called my dad. I'm going to Birmingham.
Good
I'm
for
like,
you.
I'm going to Alabama. I'm not even giving this coach a second thought to. I'm
Yeah.
putting that ink on that paper,
No.
and it's done.
Done.
So I signed Lawson State in Birmingham, Alabama,
Okay.
Division I JUCO. Coach Shumpert is a legendary coach in the
You got
South.
state in there too.
Yeah, Lawson State. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Lawson
They
State.
produce an NBA guy. I
Okay.
forgot his name, but he
Okay.
played for the Celtics.
Right.
And so, bro, I go down there in August. This is where it goes down again.
Man,
The
peaks and
journey.
valleys with this journey.
No,
Yeah.
this is why, and this is where the name came from, the journey, bro, because this has been a journey.
Yeah.
Me and my dad drive down in my '04 Mitsubishi Diamante,
Humble beginnings.
1,600 miles, 15-hour drive from
Nice.
Long Island to Birmingham.
Right.
We stop in Nashville the night before, 3-hour drive from Nashville.
Right.
I call Coach Shumpert, like, what's going on, Coach? I'll be there at around 9, 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm in Nashville right now. He's like, they didn't tell you?
Oh, I don't like this.
I'm like, bro, it's on speaker. Me and my dad are in the hotel in Nashville. We're like what? He's like, what? I'm like, they didn't tell me what?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not coming back. We couldn't come to an agreement on my salary, and they're not giving me enough money to support my family.
Oh man.
The AD was supposed to call you. I haven't been at Lawson for like 3 weeks now.
Oh
I'm like,
man.
all right,
Okay.
great. This is so I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. I'm calling Bakersfield College in Cali. It was a JUCO in Cali that really wanted me still.
Whoa, Bakersfield.
Yeah.
We play them.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
That's in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, and where is that?
Bakersfield.
It is Bakersfield, but
It's like the valley.
Yeah. I forgot what area he told me it was by, but he's like
It's LA. It's inland though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not by the coast. It's north.
Inland Empire, I think that is. Or
okay,
like
yeah.
yeah.
So I call them. I'm like, Coach, like my coach just left. You still got a spot for me?
Oh, because that means you can't play there?
It can, but now you're going into a situation with a coach that didn't recruit you.
Yeah.
So now he has no
Not
obligation to play me, no reason to even he could cut me. He could say, I don't want you to play here.
Even though you're signed?
Yes.
Well,
or he could just what I mean?
Yikes.
It's now it's in his hands.
Yep.
So I'm like, bro. So I call the coach. He's like, yeah, we have a spot, but you're gonna have to pay for your living. Rent's about $600 a month. I'm like, all right, I don't have that. I'm in Nashville. Let's give this a shot. So, incoming to Lawson, bro, we had the #1 recruiting class in all of JUCO.
Really?
We had the #1 player in the country transferring in from Northeast Mississippi.
Really?
Who just went to Hutch, went to the national tournament, and averaged 18-8 as a freshman, transferring it. His cousin, Trey, Oregon commit out of high school, coming in. Mm-hmm. Lucky Cheatham, Penny Hardaway's nephew, transferring it, coming in as a freshman. Okay. Bro, we had these twins, Rod and Tay, AJ, who was a returner, Quasi, Middle Tennessee State transfer out of high school, 6'7" point guard. Bro, we're loaded. Loaded. So I was thinking initially, I'm coming in with Shumpert. I got all these weapons around me, and I'm the point guard. Bro, I'm going to average 10 points, 10 assists. I'm going to do 1 year. I'm going to go play Division I basketball for 3 years. Let's do it. I come in. New coach comes in, Coach Delvin. Doesn't really have much coaching experience before this at the college level. Mm-hmm. And it just, at first, I was like, I got to prove myself. And every conditioning, he was a military guy. Okay. So we conditioned at 5 a.m. every day.
Oh, it sucks.
We're running miles every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm coming in first. Yep. Every single time. Yep. These kids are like, bro, how do you do it? I'm like, bro, was I in the best shape? Was I the best athlete? No. Yeah. But I was like, bro, I got to stand out from these other guys that are more talented than me. I got to stand out. Yeah. So I did it in the conditioning. Yeah. That's the first thing. If they see you working your ass off in conditioning, it's like, all right, you know what I mean? This kid cares.
I did the same. That's like basically what got me through football. Was we was winning all the sprints.
Have to, bro. Yeah. Because it's just like, all right, he's first. He wants it. Yeah. So Lawson came and man, I had some highs and I had some lows there just in practice, just because at the time this is my first year playing college basketball still. So I'll never forget when I realized the difference in the levels of high school and Long Island basketball and then college basketball. I come off a screen and I take one dribble. I'm doing my routine, a dribble pull-up off a screen. Mm-hmm. Wesley Harris, who was the #1 player in the country, takes one step from the block, 6'9", and punches my jump shot out of bounds. Yeah. I'm like, how did he even get? I was like, how did he get there?
Right. Like he was nowhere to be found.
That was like a reality check. I'm like, all right, I got to play a little faster.
Wow, instantly.
Yeah, I was like, all right, now I got to go. Then I got comfortable. I was shooting the ball very well. I was balling. All that running, my legs got real strong, bro. I'm jumping out the gym. Yeah. I'm dunking everything on fast breaks, in the warm-up drills and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. West Virginia's there. Bob Huggins is in my gym every day recruiting him. Okay. Middle Tennessee State was there. Nichols, bunch of Division I's. Everyone was there to watch him. Right. But that's an opportunity for you to showcase yourself.
Yeah, that's the best thing about JUCO. Is I remember like there's always like with football, I know it's different than basketball, but even if you go to like the wackest school in the country, there's gonna be one kid on the team that people are going after.
Yeah, and he's bringing in the pub.
That's one of the things that made me go JUCO was schools would always post on their Twitter, thank you Middle Tennessee, thank you Bama, thank you LSU, thank you Syracuse for coming down, pictures of the coaches with them. And then once I got there, I realized, they're there for one player. They're not there for me.
Exactly.
But
it's an opportunity.
Bro, kids get offers in like for football and spring ball. Just from balling.
Bro,
like
one good practice could be like open someone's eyes. Who is this kid? Yeah. And now they go watch you for your season. Yeah. So that's how I looked at it. Like, all right, bro, I got all these schools coming in. Yeah. So we did a blue and white scrimmage. All the coaches, live game, refs.
Cool.
Just against each other. Had 30.
You hit 30 points?
30.
Whoa.
I hit 9 threes. I was 9 for 11 from 3.
Wow.
27 points.
Wow.
And then I had an and one layup, and
Okay.
I made my free throw. Finished with 30. Hit a buzzer beater at the end of the half. Jacksonville State comes up to me after Division 1 in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What's your name?" Tell him my name. He pulls me to the side, shakes my hand. So I'm thinking like, all right, and this is
wow.
this is
This
like
is the
September, October. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, boom. Like if I could create some pub on my name, you know what I mean? This could be really good for me. The next day, not that I was going to go to West Virginia or that West Virginia was going to recruit me to play in the Big 12.
But who knows? No.
Right. But
Let's tell the story.
Bob Huggins was there, and we're doing transition drills, like 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s.
Okay.
And I get a leak out. And my legs are feeling good. I'm feeling fresh.
What's
and
a leak out?
Like a fast break.
Okay.
Like clear out. Like there's no defense.
Okay.
And I dunk it. I jump it. That was like the highest I ever jumped. My adrenaline
Wow.
was going, and I punch it.
Wow.
Bob Huggins comes up to me, daps me up. He's like, "I didn't know you could do that." I was like, "Me either." I was like, "Bro,"
You should be like, do it every day, bro.
I was like, "Me
Like, you should be
either."
like, that was nothing.
He gave me a pound, bro. It was a moment for me as a kid where I'm like, I grew up playing at West 11th Park. No dreams of or reality. Like I didn't think college basketball was going to be a reality for me. And now I got one of the most prestigious coaches in America,
wow.
a Hall of Fame coach,
Let's take a second.
giving me a pound and be like I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
So it was just like humble. You know what I mean? It was a nice moment for me. And then shit hits the fan. You know what I mean? My body is getting killed by the workouts and stuff like that.
Okay.
My body can't take it. I'm falling apart. My hips are going, my legs, and I can't defend.
From the conditioning or also from everything? Yeah.
Wait, you know what I mean? And this is as a freshman. This is what it, you know what I mean? My body,
Yeah.
and so I'm not performing on the court how I should have.
Yeah.
And I do the first 3 jamborees. We have 3 jamborees in JUCO
Okay.
where you go and play. And I barely played. Didn't even. I'm like, bro, what am I doing? So I decided. This coach didn't recruit me. He doesn't really want me here.
Right.
I'm redshirting. I'm not wasting my freshman year.
Yeah, I redshirted too.
So I redshirt now. So now I sat out. I graduated 15. I do a prep 16, and now I redshirt. So now I'm turning 20. And bro, I decided to leave it the semester and go home. And I'm like, I got my release, and I'm like, you know what? Let's try somewhere else. Let's get another JUCO. Because now I'm transferring. Now I'm not transferring as a high school kid. Now I'm transferring as a Division I JUCO transfer.
Right.
So
A little bit easier.
yes, and for kids that
Especially you're not a New York kid anymore.
right
either.
now,
Yeah.
now I'm from down. Now I'm
Now
down
Banner
south
kid,
transfer.
yeah.
Yeah. And kids that do similar things to I do with trying to promote yourself in email, man. The subject is a big part
Okay.
in the email.
Explain that.
I would put Division I JUCO transfer.
Yep.
Parentheses.
Yep.
New York.
Yeah.
So now I'm a Division I JUCO
Right.
transfer.
Yeah.
And I'm from New York. It's like clickbait.
Yeah.
So it's almost like clickbait in that
Yeah.
sense. So I get home, right back to it. Get working back at Foot Locker again, sending out
Nice.
emails every day.
Nice.
I get a call from which is now, I call him like my big brother, mentor to me, Coach Brandon Espinosa. I
Okay.
get a call from him, and he's like, "What's going on, Zach? I got your email.
Right.
This is Coach B, and this is Bossier Parish Community College.
Okay,
in,
yeah.
in Bossier City, Louisiana.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, it's 1 state over, 2 states over. Alabama, Mississippi,
Yeah, right.
Louisiana. So I'm
Uh-huh.
like, all right, cool. Start talking to him. He's like Coach Lovell, Coach Julius Randle in high school, and
Okay.
Mickey Mitchell at Prestonwood. Mickey Mitchell
Okay.
was the #1 quarterback in the country too.
Really?
And basketball. He chose
Dope.
basketball, went to Ohio State.
Good for him.
Coach Julius Randle played. He's been in the league for about probably 6-7 years
He's
now.
big time. Yep.
Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, great. We're in Region 14, the #1 region in the country.
Right.
Trinity Valley, Panola,
Yep,
Navarro,
Yeah.
Angelina, big time schools,
Yeah.
Kilgore.
How
And
much better were these schools than the schools you were playing at Lawson State?
so the talent on Lawson State, that was probably the most talented basketball team I've ever been on.
Okay.
The other teams we were playing against, because I was still there for the semester, so I would watch the games as a redshirt and
Right.
stuff like that. The talent wasn't even close for the other teams we were playing.
Right.
But the talent on that Lawson team was loaded.
Was just nasty.
Yeah. Best team I've been a part of talent wise.
Did you guys do anything substantial?
Half the people didn't play. Half the people failed drug tests. Half the people
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
Once Coach Shumpert left, all you know what I mean. There was no control. It wasn't the same how it would have been if Coach Shumpert was there.
Right.
So whatever. I set up. I talked to Coach Lovell. We set up some phone calls, and we set up a visit for January. So I go to watch Bozier play. I fly down to Texas, Dallas by myself.
Cool.
He picks me up in Dallas, which is about a 3-hour ride from east. It's like eastern Louisiana, western Louisiana, East Texas border.
Okay.
And I go down there. They're playing Tyler Junior College.
I know Tyler.
Loaded. Jimmy Butler went there.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Jimmy Butler did his JUCO years there.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So the year they play, they got shooting guards going to Washington State. The big man, bro, all high major guys, like they're loaded.
Yeah.
They beat Bozier. They beat them by like 25.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm
Studs.
like whatever.
Yeah.
All
those schools are nasty at football too.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Bozier wasn't a known basketball powerhouse. They just got into the Texas Conference, and Coach Lovell, this is his first year there.
Yeah.
They have the most wins in school history.
What's that
in his
conference
first
called?
year. Region 14.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they have me the next day. They have me work out. So I do a whole workout with Coach B. Coach B is a NBA G League skills trainer.
Okay.
Coach in the G League.
Mm-hmm.
He's now the director.
Is Espinoza?
Yes.
Okay.
Head coach for Drive Nation EYBL,
Okay.
which is ran by Jermaine O'Neal. So this dude is legit. Coach B was one of the best basketball minds I've came across in my life, and that's why I look up to him so much. And he puts me through a workout. I do pretty well.
Cool.
I remember I got some KDs on, and bro, my air bubble popped.
Oh, no.
in the back right one, and I feel it like
Man.
every time I shoot a jump shot, like my heel's hitting the ground, and I'm
crazy, bro.
so-
This is like so up and down.
bro, it's like I got like a devil on my shoulder, just screwing with me.
messing with you. Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, like I'm in the workout, like my foot, like I can't. I'm like, bro, like my foot's in pain. So I'm like, yo, like I was like, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not tired. I'm like, can I change my shoes? He's like, hands me the keys. He's like, go into the locker, find size 13. So I throw on some.
Imagine you found like Mike's.
Right? That'd be funny. But
I'm clipping that.
Yeah. But I'm searching through the locker. I find some. There's some Derrick Roses. They were Adidas at the time, so they had some Derrick Roses and some Andrew Wiggins. So I grabbed the Andrew Wiggins size 13. Feel great.
Nice.
I start doing the workout. I start hooping again. Then we get into some 3-on-3s.
Yeah.
And then we get into some full court action.
Yeah.
They was like, all right, we're gonna sit in the office and we're gonna talk about it, and we'll let you know our decision, what we want to do with you.
Okay.
So they said there's 3 levels. There's a full scholarship, which is everything.
Yeah.
You get your financial aid money back. You're in an apartment for free. You get food every day. You get groceries every month. You're on a full scholarship, Division I scholarship.
Yeah.
Then there's the partial, which that we pay for your school. You got to pay for your living, and then there's walk on. So I'm sitting outside the hallway, like,
that's a little annoying. They're like,
I'm like,
damn, they're giving you 3 possibilities.
yeah, because they don't have that much money to give everyone a full, so they got to distribute the money evenly.
Yeah.
So give the best kids the fulls, the kids who deserve it and then walk-ons are walk-ons. And so I'm sitting out the hallway, sweating. I'm like, all right, like, what's it gonna be?
Man.
They're like, all right, Zach, come in. They're like, all right, we want to offer you a full scholarship.
Bam.
I'm like, whew,
Yeah, buddy.
sigh of relief. I'm like, all right, cool.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Sign on the spot. We take the picture. They walk me around the school, introduce
Cool.
me to all the faculty. Boom.
Cool.
I'm going to Bossier Parish, Louisiana,
Yeah, you
Region
are.
14.
Uh-huh.
That summer, I work at Foot Locker the whole summer. Boom, 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 working out. They send me a whole workout plan.
Right.
I'm in shape. I get there, and bro, it's good. I'm living good. My roommates are cool. We got a nice crib, a nice apartment, kitchen, everything.
Yep.
I love it.
Dope.
The first couple weeks, I get plantar fasciitis in my foot, which is just normal for whatever. So nothing happens.
Yeah.
I missed 2 weeks of preseason. Get back in. And
That's kind of a big deal, though.
it was because that's a time to prove yourself.
Yeah.
And but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna hurt myself over this.
Yeah.
And I keep going. I get back into play. First 5 games come around. I barely play, bro. This dude playing me 20. And now at this time, I'm older than all these kids. You know what I mean? I'm 20 turning 21. These are 17, 18-year-olds.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, like, I must
You
not.
know the starting lineups before the season?
No, especially not in JUCO. It could switch every game.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, but then, my dad's in my ear, like, he's like, just keep going, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, whatever.
Right.
5 games go by. I'm like, all right. I'm talking to the assistant. and Coach Harris, and he's like, you know what, like, just keep going in practice, keep going. And they always say, you know, be ready, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready when your time comes. Mm-hmm. We're playing a prep school because, you know, JUCOs play prep schools in basketball. Yeah. So we're playing a prep school in our little holiday tournament, I think, whatever. One kid on my team fouls off. Another kid gets into a fight with coach in walkthrough, and another kid gets hurt.
Here's your moment.
Zach, you're starting.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Wow.
I have 10 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and we win.
Wow. And you have to think about that 10 points, the 5 assists, whatever rebounds. Bro, you did that with your confidence was probably low.
Very low. I was like, this is my room for error is very small.
You weren't the guy.
Yeah.
Because, bro, like, when I was playing football, I told you I didn't start. I mean, I started, like, certain games.
Yes.
But
you weren't a solidified starter.
By that time, I wasn't the guy.
Yeah.
So even though I was starting, it played into my head that I wasn't, like, that little bit of mental is enough. So for you to have the 10 points, bro, and the assists, the rebounds, and you guys win, that's big.
And mind you, we're playing a prep school. Yeah. So it means nothing. In reality, it means nothing. But it showed that I could play. Yeah. The next game I start again, we win again. Then we get into conference play. So after that, boom, we're right into conference play. We play Jacksonville College.
Okay.
I don't start because the kid's back from injury, grade, punishment, whatever. But first guy off the bench, I'm the 6th man as a freshman.
Nice.
It's good.
Nice.
Play 30 minutes, 9 points, 7 assists. We win.
Wow.
Next game. Now we're just rolling. And now I came into that role. I was the 6th man. So I was the first guard off the bench, and I'm playing 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And this is everything I ever wanted and needed to reach my dreams of playing Division I. Yeah. At the time, I'm texting Northwestern State, which is Division I in Louisiana. I had a very good game at Navarro. I started that game.
Awesome.
Prairie View A&M came after
me. Were there
me.
cheardleaders there?
Yes, they have the Netflix special, right?
Yeah. Navarro's a big deal.
Yeah,
bro.
my girlfriend's little sister. She always talks about because she knows I played Navarro. She's like, "Did you see the cheerleaders?"
Yeah.
It's funny.
The cheerleaders in Texas, bro, a whole different thing.
Bro, Navarro's gym is so tight to the wall, to the hoop.
Okay.
So I'm the point guard, so I'm always doing the inbounds.
Yeah.
Bro, I got male cheerleaders in my ear, like saying sus stuff.
Oh, weird. Oh, no, not good.
No, and I'm like looking over my ear, like, bro,
careful.
like, let me inbound the ball. Like, it's weird. That was probably the loudest JUCO game I've been a part of.
At the Navarro game?
They have the band and everything. It was like you couldn't hear the plays. You couldn't hear
dude, they do it right in Texas.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
And I remember a moment, their crowd was into it. Yeah. And, flopping is like a big thing in basketball. Yeah. So I remember there was a play. The dude was like, we were pressing because we were trying to come back. Okay. And the dude like spun and he kind of flailed his arm out. Didn't even come close to my face. Okay. Bro, I'm like, oh! And like the ref's like whistle and fucking offensive foul goes that way. I look at the crowd and I just like smile at them. Bro, they're cursing me out. They're like, you piece of bro. They're like, you know what I mean?
Wow, yeah, they're into it. Yeah.
So and this is a JUCO game, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine a Duke North Carolina game which like or these, you know what I mean, these high major games and the stuff that goes on with the fans. Yeah. But that was just like, these are like surreal moments for me where like I said, like starting at a basketball court, like at the park. And now I'm living in this is my dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was dope. And then, as you're a JUCO guy, you get stamped JUCO product. So now it's you versus the world.
Yeah, JUCO product. That's a big one. JUCO product.
JUCO product. Whoever started that should be a millionaire. You know what I mean? Just because like
that's the best.
Bro, we loved it. You know what I mean? Just being a JUCO product, it's like you have a target on your back. Absolutely. And it's just like you just have to prove everyone. So that season ended up we went 14-3.
Okay.
For the first semester.
Yep.
We're ranked nationally in the country.
Yeah.
I'm like
rocking and rolling, baby. So we're back on top
and
at the mountain.
You know what I mean? I'm playing well.
Yeah.
And we go 7-0 against the South Conference, first time in school history.
Yep.
And then we get to our side. This is the Big 12 of JUCO basketball, and man, there was no nights off. No nights off.
Okay.
So every night is a dog fight.
Wow, yeah.
Trinity Valley, Panola,
Kilgore. I had that at El Camino. I had the no night off
the
thing.
SEC of JUCO on that side. It's just comparison.
It was in Pac-12 because it was like the cool California kids, But like, you're like literally in the SEC or Big 12. Like,
So,
man.
yeah, no, it was crazy. So, this conference sent the most guys Division I that year for all of JUCO.
Yeah.
It was like almost 45, 50 guys JUCO that year.
Just that conference alone.
And so, yeah, we're playing Trinity Valley, and we're matching up with Wendell Mitchell, who's a Baylor transfer.
Okay.
Now at Texas A&M.
Okay.
But we got Texas A&M's whole staff there. Maryland is there. Utah is there. Memphis is there.
Yeah.
Bro, I could have one good game, and you know what I mean? Every game was just an opportunity for you when you're playing against these big time schools, because we were not the big time school. We were the underdog in every single game.
Man. And you know what's cool about basketball? Those recruiters are on the court, right?
They're right on the right behind the bench.
Yeah.
Watching they got their gear on, they got their
That's
board,
so
so you know
cool,
they're
bro.
there.
Yeah.
So it's dope.
Yeah.
And man, we got onto our side and we lost 8 straight.
Yep.
We couldn't win a game. And now, now we're arguing. Now we're wondering who's at fault. It's just a JUCO team falling apart. And we really
and that happens, bro, too, with JUCO
and
teams in general.
Bro, it happens so fast.
Yeah.
Because when you get into conference play basketball, you're playing twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
So for a month straight, we didn't win a basketball game. We lost Tuesday, we lost Friday. We lost Tuesday, we lost Friday. And we did that for 8 straight games after we just went 14-3. So it was tough for us to adjust. And we ended up making the conference tournament still. And we got knocked out in the first round by Kilgore. And I'm thinking, you know what? I've sat out a year. I've redshirted a year, and now I've played a year. I'm supposed to be a senior next year in college. Let's do the 4-year thing. So I start getting my recruitment. I had a nice highlight tape, 6 minutes of film.
Okay.
I averaged 6 points and 3 assists as a freshman in Region 14, which is pretty good for a guy coming off the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My film was solid. I had good grades.
I feel like it's not necessarily about just statistics.
It's not.
It's like the film, you can kind of see how's this kid move.
Film and fit. Fit is a big thing.
Okay.
Whether a school needs a point guard like me for this recruiting class to, fit their mold and who they have coming back.
Right.
So that's what basketball is in recruitment. It's all about fit and timing. So I start emailing schools, and I'm like, at this point, man, if a Division I comes around, it comes around. If Division II comes around, it comes around.
Yeah.
If NAIA comes around, it comes around.
Yeah.
I just want a full scholarship, and I want to go play at a university for 3 years.
Good for you, bro.
And have a 3-year career.
Yeah.
So this is when it gets into the University of the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
And,
before we get into that, can I use the restroom real quick?
absolutely. Let's have a little pee break.
Little pee break.
Yeah.
Huh?
We're back.
We're in.
All right. Little pee break.
Pee break.
That's it.
Good time.
But yeah. So we were at the point where I'm like, I want to get into a university and play somewhere for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good, solid college career, and hopefully play professionally. This was my dreams at this time. Still want to go pro.
Overseas
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reaching out to a bunch of NAIA schools, and a lot was hitting me back. Life University, few Division IIs, Northeastern State, Clayton State in Atlanta. So I'm getting some good feedback from my highlight tape. I'm like, all right, cool. And then me and my boy emailed the university, my teammate at Bossier, one of my best friends there, Quintre, and we emailed the University of Virgin Islands. Long story short, we're talking to him.
I didn't even know that was a thing. How do you know that was a thing?
He found it and was like, let's do it. Like you want to hit him up, see if he likes you? So I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
I send the email. He calls me that day, loves me. And long story short, bro, me and Quintre, we commit to the University of Virgin Islands. We're both sophomores. So I'm like,
So you just reached out to the coach and they were like, yeah, we have.
Yes.
Was it scholarship?
Yes.
Full?
Full scholarship.
Wow.
For 3 years to go live in paradise.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. He's like, you're living on a beach. We host a Paradise Jam on ESPN, which they do.
Yeah.
He showed me the gym. The gym is crazy.
It looks nice, the campus. I remember looking it up, right?
Yeah. It was that show. What was that show? That's where they had that show. I forgot what it was called.
What was it? It was a basketball show?
No, it was college. It was a college. I can't remember.
Zoe 101?
No. It was a reality show. It was a reality show on campus at the University of Virgin Islands, and it showed their life living and going to school there.
For real?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's gonna bother me, but yeah, no, we'll look it up after.
Okay.
And So yeah, me and my boy Quintre, we commit there. I'm like, bro, we're going in there. Me and my boy.
Right.
He's he plays on the wing, shooting guard. I'm the point guard.
This is like best case scenario. This is awesome. Yeah.
3 years. We got 3 years there.
What division is it?
Division 1 NAIA.
Okay.
And we play. And he said we were gonna play 6 Division 1s on ESPN in exhibition games.
Really?
So I'm like, bro, we're playing in the Paradise Jam on ESPN.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, bro, I can't. Like, how can I pass up this opportunity?
What could be better than this?
And I'm playing in the Virgin Islands, which has a professional team. The Bahamas is right there. Puerto Rico is right there. Dominican Republic is right there.
Yeah.
South America ain't too far.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, if I could go
Sign me up. Let's go.
I was like, bro, 3
That sounds
years.
good, yeah.
Right. I was like, 3 years here. I could be a 1,000-point scorer. I could win a championship. I could really have a solid career and create a resume for myself to do something with this basketball thing. And the coach asked me for some bigs, so I put my boy Quentin and Eli on, the Bush brothers.
Really?
They transfer
Where
in.
were they from?
They're from Bayshore, but Q was at LSUA, which was the #1 NAIA in the country for basketball. And Eli, his little brother, was at Lincoln University in Philly.
Okay.
6'7", 6'8", monsters. So I bring them with me. So I got my 2 boys from back home.
Wow.
My boy from JUCO, and we're going to St. Thomas.
This is dope.
And I set this, and we set this whole thing up, and we just had this vision where we're gonna win an NAIA national championship. We're gonna kill it, bro. We're gonna be on the beach. We're gonna be having fun.
I feel like I'm there,
bro. And they were the sell was so easy, and we were so naive. And we
I have no idea where this goes, so I'm so genuinely interested in knowing, like how the fuck,
bro. So we really get into it, and we sign in April. We don't even tell our JUCO coach that we signed. We were just kind of like the head coach. We were just kind of like, we didn't even really care. So he called us one day, oh, saw you guys signed on Twitter, congrats. It's like, yeah. He's like, we'll set up a little signing day. We didn't even set it up. We were like, bro, whatever.
Yeah, I don't have one at Elko.
Yeah, we're done with this school. We're moving on.
Right.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole summer, I get the workout plan. I got the coaches calling me every day, FaceTiming me every day.
Yeah.
They tell us who we got coming in, and I'm like, bro, we're loaded. We got a good team. This is gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. Going back, I should have visited. I didn't visit.
Okay.
I was like, bro, why am I visiting here?
Yeah,
I want to,
you know what I mean? Great.
This sounds perfect.
Okay.
How could where could it go wrong?
Hey, if you're watching this, take a second and pause the video and make a bet with your friends and think about what went wrong.
Yeah.
And whoever's closest gets the
what
pot.
could go wrong going to play basketball in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
On a beach.
Yeah.
The campus is on a beach. It's on John Brewer's Bay.
Okay.
The campus is on a beach.
Okay.
The best view on the island. We're looking out at my living situation, right? And I fly down there in August.
Uh-huh.
And as I get to the airport is about the size of an airplane. Small.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm kind of looking around. I see chickens running around the street. I see wild dogs running around.
Yeah.
See a bunch of people walking around barefoot.
Yep.
It seems very third world.
Yeah.
And
I thought the Virgin Islands were a richer.
So there's a lot of money there, but it's at the top, and everything else is very third. It's a third world country almost. And it sucks where you think if you're on a resort there, it's beautiful, bro. If you're not on a resort, you're living. It's tough to live there, bro. There's one road. There's one main road that goes down the whole strip. The prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I'll get into that. But, so I get there, and I'm thinking I see the apartment on the beach that I'm supposed to be living on.
Okay.
They're like, oh, yeah, the hurricane last year, ruined that. So we're not going to be staying there until maybe March.
Okay.
I'm like, bro, so where are we living? They throw us in these dorms downstairs, no AC, no fan.
Oh, no.
Infested with bugs.
Oh, no.
Bro, awful.
It's JUCO, but worse.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I was like, bro, I just did 2 years of JUCO, grinded my ass off for this to be worse.
Yeah.
Every single day, bro, it was another thing. They didn't pay for our books.
Oh, no.
You told me full scholarship. Now I'm taking online classes. I can't even get into my class because I don't have the access code.
Yeah.
and they won't pay for it, and it's $200. I don't have that money right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or I don't have that money to spend. That
you tight with the coach over there or not?
I thought I was,
Yeah.
and then bro, and then the schedule. We were supposed to play 6 Division 1s.
Are they Americans over there? Are they American coaches and shit?
Yeah, the dude from Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Head coach from Atlanta. One of the assistants wasn't. The other assistant was my guy, another big brother to me, Coach Lynn, Coach Yarbrough,
Yeah.
who's at Shawnee State now, NAIA in the Mid-South, best NAIA conference in the country.
Yeah.
He came from Nashville.
Okay.
And our student assistant, who was still he was still taking classes there. Grad assistant, that was the word I was looking for.
Right.
He was from Cali. He's from LA.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It was Americanized. The people down there are obviously Caribbean, you know what I mean? It was dope. You know what I mean? Seeing different cultures and living like that in that aspect.
Yeah.
But was it something this is what I thought I was going to get into? No. I was like, bro, I just did 2 years of JUCO and now I'm living worse than I did in JUCO. And every day, bro, it was something. The schedule was messed up. We wasn't playing 6 Division 1s. They had 1 on the schedule.
Who was it?
Louisiana Lafayette.
Okay.
And they did play them
Raging
on
Cajuns?
ESPN.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? The calf. I'm supposed to eat as much as I want. You want me to work out as much as I want, but I can't eat?
So
Bro.
what was it? Like 3 meals or something?
2 meals a day. No, sorry. 14 meals a week.
Okay.
So
Not
that
good
comes
enough.
out to 2 meals a day.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
You know what I
Especially,
mean?
yeah.
And I was like, bro, I can't do that. So I didn't know that going in. I'm thinking I'm eating as many meals as I want.
What is the cat food like in there, by the way?
Curry chicken and rice for majority breakfast, dinner, lunch. You're eating some type of like curry chicken or in the beginning it was cool, you know what I mean? But then after a week I was like, all right, I can't eat this anymore. But
there's no like fast food spots in the Virgin Islands?
bro, there's Wendy's, which they don't even have 4 for $4.
Okay.
They have McDonald's, which a McChicken is $3.50.
Oh no.
Domino's, a small pie is about $24.99.
Oh man.
Yeah. There's no taxes down there, but the prices, the inflation is ridiculous because they have no taxes. So like, bro, like regular grocery shopping at like a Kmart, they only have Kmart down there. It's like,
They only have Kmart down there?
Like, bro, like a variety bag of chips for your room, like a 24 pack was like $24.
Oh no.
It's like, bro, I can't spend $24. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be broke in a week.
Yeah.
Seriously,
yeah.
like if I try to.
Yeah, right,
So, bro,
right.
I'm starving down there. Literally starving.
Are all the players starving? Like,
starving,
oh no.
bro.
We would shut the school down.
Bro, I went from, I thought I had 14 meals a week. I thought I had unlimited. So do the math. 3 on Monday.
Yep.
6 Tuesday. 9 Wednesday. 12 Thursday. Breakfast and lunch on Friday. I go to eat dinner my first Friday.
And they're like, yep. No
You
more.
ran out of meals. I'm like, so you're telling me I can't eat tonight? I was like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I don't have money. I was like, you're not going to feed me.
Yeah.
No. So that's when I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yep.
And
That's funny, man.
Yeah, bro, it was tough.
That's an all glitter isn't gold
yeah,
moment.
man, and it was tough. And was it fun? Did we have some fun moments? Me and my boys going to the beach, seeing our feet through the water,
was beautiful,
seeing
right?
fish swimming
Yeah.
around, exploring the island, going to the top of the island. Was it an experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life? Absolutely.
Cool.
But was it something that I wanted to do for the next 3 years?
No.
I couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't.
Good for
At
you,
least
bro.
without the apartments. You know
Good
what I mean?
for you,
I
yeah.
couldn't live like that. I'm
Yeah.
living with a fan in my face, on my back, in my boxers, getting eaten alive by bugs.
Hey, at least it seems to me like you're always more concerned with what's best for you.
Yeah, and bro, like I don't mind, you know what I mean? Like I didn't mind like taking a year off or doing this or bouncing around.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was a journey.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm traveling the world,
is the
playing
journey.
basketball, meeting all
Yeah.
these people. I was using it as I was trying to take the positives out of it.
Hey, kids you were on the journey, bro, and kids were on the single road.
Yeah, like
The
the
single
ideal,
lane.
go somewhere, go there for 4 years,
Yeah.
graduate, pack
And
it up,
get
and get a job or play.
and then go back to your hometown
bro, I've
and
been
marry
to-
your high school sweetheart.
Right. I was like, this is my third school. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So I ended up hurting my left ankle again. And it was like a blessing in disguise. I saw a
Beautiful.
doctor down there. And he said, you need surgery.
What are the doctors like down there?
Regular.
Okay.
Yeah. Doctors was regular. Hospitals was regular. X-rays, MRIs. Everything
Okay.
was up to date.
Right.
And they said, you tore your deltoid ligament. You're going to need surgery. You're out for the year.
Oh no.
So I'm like-
need surgery.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is my ticket out of here for free. You know what I mean? So I went
free.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't because usually when you leave on a scholarship, there's money, a balance, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I just left Missouri State. I don't even know what's up with that. I just left.
I had very strong intentions of transferring to another school.
Yeah.
So, but at this time, I only played 1 year of college.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, I got another shot at JUCO.
Yeah.
I got one more shot. Let me give this JUCO. My Division I clock is done, but I'm like, let me go get JUCO again. Go give JUCO another shot.
Right.
Let's see what happens. So I get administrative withdrawal. I get the president to sign off on it.
But keep in mind, I have no idea what happens now. This is I've lost like I only knew about Lawson and Bossier and Virgin Islands. I don't even know what happens.
Okay,
from here on out.
So this is September, bro, and me and my boy, my teammate.
What is it? How this is your senior year?
Sophomore.
But how many years out of high school?
This is 2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
3 years out.
Okay.
So my boy leaves as well. He couldn't do it anymore. He had eligibility issues also.
Okay.
But he leaves. And I come home in September. Back to the drawing board. Let's start emailing schools again.
Foot Locker?
No.
Damn
I was
it.
working at
Lids?
Sneaker Warehouse. Renard's, the Sneaker Warehouse.
Okay.
So I'm working with all
All right.
the tops. They
You
have
upgraded a little bit.
Yeah, it was cool. With my stepbrother. Yeah, no, it was
Dude,
cool.
that would have been so funny. I really wish you were still working at Foot Locker and Lids, and you were still doing it now.
Imagine. I couldn't do that. But yeah, man. So back to drawing board. I start emailing schools again.
Yeah.
And I reach out, and Howard College hits me back. I'm talking
Yeah.
to a few JUCOs, and Howard College offers me a full scholarship. Region 5.
Okay, I remember this.
Yeah,
I
on the
remember
west
this.
side of Texas.
Okay.
So I sign in January, and I'm going back in August. So now I work
Are
again.
you worried about what people are thinking about you?
No,
No?
not the slightest bit, bro.
Yeah?
Honestly, why? Why would I worry what an outside opinion cares about what I'm trying to do to better my life?
Listen to that.
I didn't care at all, bro. You know how much you know how much people
That's a
probably
bar.
talked about me,
Yeah.
in basketball and stuff like that, and oh, he transferred to this and that and made fun. Cool, bro. You're talking about me. Like, I'm not worried about
You're wasting your energy
worrying about me.
about me, and it's making you feel worse, and you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I could care less.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I signed to Howard College, Region 5 JUCO, big time JUCO conference
Right.
on the west side of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is another shot. I worked my ass off that summer,
Yeah, you
man.
did.
I had that was when I was seeing you at the gym a lot.
You were at the gym, bro, you were because you weren't really lifting crazy up until
Bro,
then.
I was that summer was when I started lifting.
No, but I remember.
And I was training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were in there. Okay, you were always in the
And
gym,
I worked
but now
there.
you were lifting.
And then I
was kinda
worked there.
Oh, yeah.
So, because Howard told me, they was like, you got to get to 185. They was like, you got to put 10 pounds of muscle. These are some big boys in West Texas.
Do you need muscle for basketball?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And so, bro, I lived in the gym that summer. I trained my two young boys that summer, Matt and JoJo. Trained them in the morning.
Yeah.
I would go drop
Who
them
taught you how to work out?
myself.
Okay.
YouTube, Dev Williams,
Yeah.
in the lab. And
Yeah.
then just myself, man, just watching YouTube and
YouTube University, bro.
yeah, bro.
Best
I
thing
fell
in the
I
world.
fell in love with it. I
Yeah.
just fell in love with changing my workouts and
Because you were already like in tune with your body. You were an athlete.
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And
It
I
probably
knew
felt good.
I knew what I had to do, and obviously college.
Yeah.
So I took all bits and pieces that I felt was going to help my game, and I did it. And so I trained them in the morning. I would
Okay.
go drop them off.
Right.
Then I would go back, get my lift in.
Okay.
Then I would get my basketball workout in. Then I would go home, take a nap, and then I would go work at LA Fitness.
Okay.
I worked at LA Fitness 6 to 11 at night.
Uh-huh.
I would close up, and then I would work out on my own with no one in the gym from 11 at night till dark hours of the night,
Man,
and repeat every single day. Because I'm
what a
like,
grind.
because bro, I was like, bro, this JUCO thing, I was like, this is my last shot. Now I'm a sophomore.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is my one opportunity where I got to make it work.
Uh-huh.
So I went there, bro. I went into Howard I think this was the best I've ever been with my body, with my strength, my health, and my game.
Mm-hmm.
The first day of open gym,
Okay.
I destroyed everyone. No one thought I was going to be that good. And
Everyone.
I stood out. I was the best guard there that first day. Hands down, I showed that I was the best guard there. I showed that I was the oldest, the most mature, the most experienced.
Yeah.
I was a leader. I was like, this is going to be my team.
Yeah.
Second day, I didn't shoot the ball as well. Had another solid day. Third day, they put me on a team with 2 walk-ons because we're playing like 5-on-5.
Okay.
And they put me on a team with 2 walk-ons, a freshman big, who's raw, and my roommate, who's a sophomore. He's a second team All-American JUCO transfer from a D2 JUCO. They was testing me to see how I would play with lesser talent. You know what I mean? And how would I react?
I thought you had a 2-time All-American on your team.
Right. He wasn't playing well at the time.
Oh,
his first
okay.
2 days were really bad.
Okay.
My roommate, his name was Lacey. He was good.
Yeah.
But his just first 2 days there, he just didn't show.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, you know what I mean? How good is Lacey?
Yeah.
So they put us all on a team together. And man, the first 2 games got killed. And then I'm like, all right, what am I doing? I turned the switch on, bro, and I start balling. Killing. We won like 3-4 straight. Yeah. I'm feeling good. The coach is like,
Love that.
Let's go.
Momentum.
And so I'm thinking like, all right, I'm stapling my name. You know, I'm gonna be a starting point guard this year.
Yeah.
My boy drives baseline. I cut him off. He does a little hop step, steps on my foot. I fall back. My wrist gets caught under me, and I break my right wrist.
Dude, you gotta like drink milk or something, bro.
But that was the first time it was a bone. The rest have been ankle injuries, ligaments.
Right. Man, technical difficulties, but we're back in the lab.
We're good.
Yeah. So you broke a bone.
Yeah,
first time breaking a bone.
Broke my wrist.
Yeah,
broke my wrist, man. And this is my shooting wrist.
Right.
I worked on my jump shot all summer, and I mean, to this day, my wrist still isn't the same.
Oh no.
So I was out from August.
That's a bad injury for basketball, right?
Yeah, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't play. I couldn't do anything. I'm in a cast. And I'm out until October 18th. I come back for the scrimmage. I play a little bit. He's just trying to, because mind you, I sat out the entire year before that. So I haven't played a college basketball game in almost 2 years now. Yeah. So he's trying to work me back into it, the coach, stuff like that. Everything's good there. You know, we have a nice coliseum. Yeah. Locker room's great. Food's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. I'm in West Texas, but I have no complaints about the school.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, man, I got hurt. So I'm working out my left hand, all fucking dribbling, shooting lefty, layups lefty. I'm like, I'm just gonna be a beast with my left hand.
Okay.
I come back and man, I can't shoot, man. Like my wrist is just like it's just dead. Yeah. And every time I catch a pass the ball, I feel it. And so I'm wrapping it up, getting tape.
You weren't like putting your hand in some rice like
a phone
from Southpaw.
I was trying. I mean, I did rehab every day, man. It was hard though. Like wrist is hard for basketball. Yeah. So you know, I get back before the season starts, and I play the first couple games. Yeah. I play the first 2 games. We play prep schools. We beat them by like 60, 70 both times. I had like 8 points. You know, I was playing okay. Mm-hmm. And then third game, first college game. Technically, we play Weatherford. Okay. I play like 2 minutes, bro. I'm like, bro, like, I go sit down after the coach with that. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this again. Yeah. I'm like, bro, like,
good for you.
I was like, bro, like, I literally sat down with the assistant. I'm like, bro, am I that bad that I couldn't get playing time? Like, we were losing. The other guy in front of me wasn't playing well. He's like, oh, you know, just stay the court. I'm like, bro, I know.
I've done that.
I was like, bro, like, I get it. I know the ropes now. Like, I'm 22. Yeah. Like, I get it. And he's like, man. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go hard in practice. Let me go hard. Let me earn it. Yeah. Go hard in practice. We go down to Texas. And, we're in Texas, but we go down East Texas, Collin County. Yeah. And it's a jamboree. And I play 30 minutes a game, both games. After I had that talk with the coach, played well, 7 points. We split. We won 1, lost 1. Cool. And I played well. Good. After that, I started. Good. Started 5 games in a row. After that, good. We went 6 games, 4-2. Okay. Starting point guard, and we play Weatherford again at Weatherford, and I hurt my knee, so I kind of felt it during the game, but my adrenaline was going, and I'm like, all right, like what is it? The next morning I wake up, I can't walk. I'm like, bro. Oh, man. I'm like, what? I'm like, what now? Gracious. I'm limping in the calf, and the coach is like, you know, what's wrong?
Hey, bro, we're going to, like, after this podcast, bro, we're going to get rid of all that bad energy, bro.
Right, like, let it all out. And I'm just like, geez, bro, like, I can't catch a break. Yeah. So at this time, my coach ends up getting suspended for a video that got leaked on Twitter.
Oh, what did he do?
He was cursing us out, man, but... Like, he would take it to the extreme at times. Okay. And borderline racial stuff here and there. Yeah. I don't think he was racist. Right. But, you know.
Now is the time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And he went off one time. But realistically, bro, this is JUCO, this is college. He's just cursing us out.
I watched one of my coaches from Nassau fought Tyrell Chavis, who was one of the biggest recruits in the country, who went to Penn State and then played for the Giants. I watched them fight. Yo,
you know what I mean? Like, bro, this is JUCO, so it's like this was nothing I haven't seen before. This is nothing I haven't seen before, and man, he gets suspended for the last 6 games of the semester. So I'm like, all right, this is a time I'm starting. He likes me. You know what I mean? I have point guard to run the team. Let me sit out for these 6 games, get healthy, come back from Christmas break, and let's start balling again. Yeah. So I do that. I come back the day after Christmas, and my legs feel good. I'm dunking in warm-ups, feeling good. My leg feels healthy. I was doing rehab all break. Yeah. 2 weeks. We're playing. I'm playing good again.
Cool.
And I drive baseline. I go for a floater.
Okay.
I come down, and my knee my other knee. Oh. It just goes, bro. I land, and it just gives out. I thought it was my ACL. I was so scared, bro.
Those are the scariest moments.
Bro, I was on the floor punching the hardwood, bro. I probably almost broke my hand, and I'm punching the hardwood. And I'm just sitting there like, and they carry me into the trainer's room, and I'm just sitting there like almost like in tears of just like frustration, bro. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there with my head down, and the trainer.
Did you kind of relive everything that happened to you, or were you just so angry that you weren't even thinking?
I was in the moment, bro. Yeah. I was just so in the moment, and trainer comes up to me. He's just he's like, what now? You know what I mean? And I'm like, Doc, this shit isn't funny. You know what I mean? He was just a clown. He was a jokester.
Yeah.
Doc was my guy there.
Right. Yeah.
And he's just trying to cheer
me up.
What
now?
Yeah. He's like, oh, this guy. He's like, so whatever. Man. They think it's my ACL or my meniscus. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, like, geez, like, just like, I can't catch a break, bro. Yeah. I cannot catch a break. At this time, I'm like, I don't even want to play basketball anymore. Yeah, I'm going through a dark time, bro. I'm sitting in my room every day with the lights off, just playing video games. You know, my girlfriend, Nikki, like, she's trying to work me through it and, you know, help me through everything. But, bro, I'm just sitting there like, bro, like, I don't like to use the term depressed because I don't think I was depressed. And because I know depression is a very serious issue. Yeah, so I don't like when people just say, oh, I was depressed. Because I don't know if I was.
I feel you.
But I was in a dark place mentally where I didn't know what I wanted. And the game that I grew up loving, it just seemed like it was just taken from me out of my control.
Yeah.
So it ended up being
that moment.
It ended up being a microfracture in my knee. So thankfully there was no ligament damage. Okay. It was a microfracture.
Okay.
But with a microfracture, it's a small crack in the bone. I can't
believe this list of injuries, bro.
Small crack in the bone that if you continue to apply pressure, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you're going to have a serious issue.
Would it heal on its own if you just...
Yes. Okay. So I just did rehab, but I was out for the season. Yeah. So I got to play 9 games of my sophomore year at JUCO, and now I'm out for the year. My recruitment, I have nothing. Could I have sent my film? I had 2 minutes of film from there and my freshman year. Could I have sent out my film and got another NAIA in Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, somewhere? Yeah. At this point, I'm like, man, this is when the transition happened in my life mentally. And it started with you, with the podcast. And I saw you post a clip with Mod Sun and Mike Stud.
Let's talk about that, bro.
And he talked about you have to be at your lowest point to climb up, and then you get all the way up here, and you thought that was the high point, but you realize, you know what I mean? Like you realized that you had to go through all of this to get to this point, to find that other path, and get to this highest peak. So that clip, it was a 30-second clip you posted, and like something just clicked in my brain, bro.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, like, I always heard podcasts. I would always get notifications on my phone. I would delete the podcast app on my phone. Yeah. I would be like, bro, I don't want to. I don't care about podcasts. I'm not listening to shit.
Yeah.
And so I loved Mike Stud growing up. Yeah. But now I'm like, wow, he's 2 different people from when I used to listen to him to now.
Totally different dude.
And bro, it was dope. It was a dope moment where I'm like, I'm hurt. I can't play basketball. All I can do is lift. I can lift weights and watch podcasts. Yeah. And that's all I did. From being hurt from that time on. Yeah, bro.
Did you just go super hard with his podcast?
Yeah, bro. I watched all his.
I remember, bro, you had like this crazy interest, bro. You hit me up and I felt it over the Instagram direct message. You were like, yo, what is that? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea. I was clueless.
Yeah.
Clueless to everything that was going on. Because podcasts, I never thought of a visual podcast.
Yeah. You know what's weird about that moment? I've thought about that from time to time. that's one of those like there are like moments in life that like kind of stick with you a little bit. I wouldn't say defining moments, but like there are moments that matter more than others. Like just how like if you're driving in traffic, like you're gonna remember the car accident, but you're not gonna remember what color cars were driving next to you. It's like there are certain moments in life that kind of stick out. And bro, I think about that moment that you hit me up about that podcast, bro.
Who knows what it means? It was the start, I feel, to all of this.
Yeah. I was going through a tough time too, bro, at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he helped enlighten both of our minds and stuff like that with just all his, his mental stature where, bro, like he just thinks differently than other people now. And it's a good way to think. And it's a good way to live.
Yeah.
So, I applied that to my life, and that helped get me through whatever I was going through. And then I realized, man, like, you know what? Let me go play Division III basketball. Let me go home to New York City, have fun, be close to my family. All my friends can come watch me play now. So I reached out to all the CUNY schools. Hunter College hit me back. I've been talking to them for a year now.
Cool.
Committed to them in April, I want to say. May, around there. And, that's where I'll be going to play in January. And, I would have never thought I would go play Division III.
This is gonna be crazy to shuffle the podcast and school and like now like you're still on. I mean, we're always gonna be on the journey, but like it's crazy. The basketball thing is still going.
New journey, basketball's still going, bro. I still love the game. I'm still good. Like, you know what I mean? I can still play.
Good for you, by the way, because like I don't like football at all anymore. Like I don't watch it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that like football is just so dangerous to me, bro. That like I watch it now and I'm like, well, how is this a sport? But basketball,
basketball is poetry for me. You know what I mean? I love it. So
it's beautiful, man.
I still like basketball, but
good.
This created the transition where I'm at school and I had so much free time on my hands. I'm like, I want to start a podcast. I can do this. Yeah. So I'm thinking of names. And I'm like,
when was this? When did you?
The spring.
Because that was last November that you saw the original clip of the Mike Stud podcast.
So
when did you start thinking about?
Early spring, like February, around that area of 2020.
2020, yeah.
2020. So around this time, like February, even actually probably a little bit prior to that, January, February.
Okay.
Where I was thinking about doing the podcast, but then I really was like, all right, let me start saving this shit in my notes. Yeah. Who I want to have on. Yeah. What would be my idea? What would be my my message for the podcast? Yeah. And I'm like, bro, the journey just fits so perfect with me and my story. And
did you spend time thinking about that, or did it just come up?
Clicked. I was like, the journey. I was like, yeah, I'm doing.
That's how it happens every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people, I'm like, yo, if you're thinking about like starting anything, or if like even if you have like a paper due in school, or if you have like an assignment or something that's like kind of mandatory, you need to get it done. I'm just like, yo, don't rush. Like, let it come to you. Yeah. Let it fly. Like there's a time and place to get on a whiteboard with your boy and bounce ideas off each other. Yeah. But you're kind of flowing in that state. You're not like thinking hard on the like anything that I've ever like sat down and like I need to get this done today always goes south. It was like with me, like my like purpose, my purpose behind Selfless Films, my name, what I wanted to do with like some type of charitable thing, giving back, not being selfish, lessening the ego. That all came like that, bro. And so it's important for anyone watching this, like, yo, if you need to come up with like a name or something, like, don't rush that.
No, let it come.
Yeah, let it come.
Let it come.
Let it come.
The journey came. It popped in my head. I started, messing with some image editing on the app, on those free apps, the photo editing and stuff like that, just to come up with some stuff. I came up with some alright stuff, but it was nothing. But then I created an image for it, which is the logo now, which Bilal Chima made for me. Cool. Which shout out to him. Thank you.
I've started 2 brands since I've been home. One failed, one I'm doing now. There might have been another one in there. Yo, those little things, like designing a logo, biggest win in the world, bro. Biggest win.
I couldn't start promoting it until I had the logo. Yeah. So once I got the logo, I got it in. Now I can start posting everywhere. Yeah. And bro, I took a public speaking class at Howard. Yeah. And kind of taught me how to talk. Yeah. Taught me how to speak publicly. Wow. It was my first time like speaking in front of people.
Yeah, I took public speaking.
Yeah, man.
Much different than I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah, I liked my teacher. I liked his style of teaching.
Okay.
I liked how he made us speak. And man, like I remember the first time, like I had to tell a story about my mom, and like it was hard, bro.
Oh,
like,
really?
bro? We had to tell a life changing moment, and bro, like some of those stories in that class, bro, like everyone was crying.
Wow.
I was up there crying, telling
That's
my
beautiful,
story.
man. I love to hear that, bro.
Every single person that told their
that's
story.
That's a class that I could rock with in college, something
Bro,
like that.
It was the last week of the semester and everything, bro. And bro, like it was some tough stories in there, man. Like kids you would just walk past in the hallway, you'd think, they probably just grew up normal. Bro, every kid in that class had a story, bro, and it was crazy.
Journey, huh?
Yes, bro. Like the stuff they went through, and you know what I mean? And like, that was the first time I told mine in front of people.
Yeah. And
like, bro, like it just hit and I just broke down. Like, and I just had to like take a moment, but like everyone did. And it was tough, but.
Did you tell it in a similar way to how you told it earlier?
Yeah, but even in more detail.
Yeah.
With the hospital visits.
Right.
The hospice visits.
That's a whole other
thing. Bro. It's tough. So, but he gave us that like confidence. Like, bro, if you can go up and tell this, you can go talk about anything.
Yeah.
And that's when all our parents always ask, "What's your major? Everyone you meet."
I love that question.
What's your major? And I've never had an idea. I don't know what I want to play basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, communications, media studies.
Awesome.
This is it.
Awesome.
And pretty much like up until then, I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like getting hurt and having that time to sit down and think about what I want to do with my life and create everything and you know what I mean? And here we are now. Like I'm 6 episodes in.
We're in a legit studio. We're holding microphones
in a podcast.
And we're planning for things for the future. Maybe together. We're helping each other out. Where things are both working well in our favor.
Yeah, bro. So it's kind of crazy that all this led up until where I'm at today. Yeah. And it's
what a journey, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Because people can look at your story, bro, and be like, "What? There's so much bad in there."
Right.
But like, it had to get you here.
Would I? And I said that on my last. Like, would I change? Probably not, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change, bro. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I'm
so mad at myself for not asking you that.
I've matured so much. Yeah. And like, bro, like I wouldn't change my path for anything because it's just like I am who I am today, obviously because of everything that I've endured during this time, during this journey. Yeah. And bro, like I just feel like all that was like the stepping stones to now. Like this is my next step in life. Yeah. Obviously, basketball is still a part of it. Yeah. But now it's a podcast. About to grab the camera, you know what I mean? Like, so now we're gonna start getting a taste of other things in life, and I can't wait for that.
You almost feel like a chapter's closing, right? And one is kind of opening,
right? And that's probably something you dealt with firsthand. You know what I mean? Like big time, and you've already transitioned completely. Yeah. To your second chapter of your life.
I'm already in there. Yeah. But I mean, even though you're still playing basketball, that's still it's a whole new. Like Zach Cummings, that's coming this time around. It's like it has nothing to do with the sport because my sport ended, but there was like a moment for me mindset wise, where everything just like flipped. And I'm so thankful that everything happened the way it did. Hey, if you're watching this and if you're going through a breakup. Or if someone just close to you died, or if school isn't going well and you have to drop out, or anything that comes at you in life that is seen negative or unfavorable, just know that like, hey man, like I can look back at all those things in my story, and I'm sure you could look back at all those things in your story, and we literally just said it here, like it's living proof of you needed all of that to happen, even your mom's death, for us to get here. Yeah. So if you're going through that and you think there's no rainbow and there's no light at the end of that tunnel, if you can just make it through, if you can do whatever you have to do to just make it through, and if that means seeing a 30-second podcast clip, right, and then sparking that motivation, getting out the door, you'll get to a place to where maybe you're starting your own podcast. Maybe you're finally going to play full ride scholarship or scholarship somewhere else, or maybe you have the confidence. Maybe you just, who knows, man? Like the sky is the limit when it comes to that.
No, absolutely, bro. Like, man, like, keep going is Mike Stud's freaking,
I love it.
slogan. Keep going, man.
it.
Like,
I almost want to get it tattooed on me.
yeah, get in that font. You know, he sells the font the way that they wrote it.
Really?
And you can, it's like a little like
It's just a font pack.
yeah, and you can put it on as like a tattoo though, and then your tattoo artist can trace it.
Really?
Yeah, like a bunch of people. He's posted people that do it, but that would be dope. But yeah, bro, like that's like for anyone watching, man, and like if you have any doubt or you don't know what, bro, just keep going.
Yeah.
And bro, like the moment you stop is the moment you die.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Think of like I in my heart and my soul, like bro, I always have to be doing something towards something.
Yeah.
Or I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Or I feel like bro, what am I doing? Like,
yeah.
bro,
yeah.
like the time on like this earth is so short.
Yeah.
It's so short, bro.
Yeah. And things are momentum, right? Like if I read something one time and it was like, there's nothing wrong with like getting knocked off the horse, but it's like, just don't stay there,
Absolutely.
Like, cause you can stay there, but the longer you stay off that horse, the horse is going to be further and further away. It's going to be harder to get back on.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in, like, I was thinking about it today because, like, I didn't do anything video-wise today, and I already felt like I was kind of falling off.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, man, like, you got to rest. Like, every once in a while, there's going to be moments where you're not knocked off the horse, but maybe your horse just ain't moving.
Yeah.
But it's just important to, when you're having those moments, let it allow it, and then eventually just get back on that horse, man, and keep putting that work in.
Yeah. Yeah. Freaking, like me and my girl just recently, we just been, really trying to be like productive every single day.
Cool, yeah.
Putting out.
That's a fun grind that people get on.
Yeah, like, and it's like we're pushing each other where it's
Good.
like we got to put an hour or two in each day to what we want to do.
Yeah.
She's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Subscribe to her channel, Nicole Lachey. I'll link it below.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, check out her channel. So she's
great.
Yeah, she's trying to do the whole vlog thing and become a YouTuber, and she's doing great.
Doing great, bro.
She's from video 1 to now, it's night and day.
Yeah.
And she keeps progressing.
Persistence.
And it makes her happy.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that me and you agree with so much. And that's what I tell her, like, don't chase it for the money.
Yeah.
Passion and purpose and persistence.
Yeah.
All this plays in the same, ball. And sooner or later, it's going to pop. The work will speak for itself.
I really believe, bro, it's just a law.
Yeah.
Of even if you believe in science, like I'm a God guy, but if you believe in science, like a law of science, like something about perseverance, and what is it? Just freaking, just persevering and not taking no for an answer and staying the course.
Yeah.
Bro, those things you always get whatever it is that you're trying to get.
Yeah.
Always.
And also, like, to speak on that, sometimes you don't always get what you initially wanted.
Right, yes.
But in the end result, you see why you didn't get that, and then you understand why you got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In anything that it is.
Like,
like,
true.
Sometimes you don't see that.
Because there are some, my theory on that is, like, there just are some things that you weren't meant to do.
Right.
So, for instance, like, I saw that you can get, like, I really believe if you put your mind to something, you can get anything. Like, I believe, like, there's, like, you can get it. But if it's not meant for you, it just, something will go wrong.
God will
come in. And, like, with me with football, like, I spent 5 years doing the Division I scholarship thing, and then I finally got it. But God was like, I need to end this now because your path isn't football.
Right. Maybe
your path is filmmaking. And now I'm on it and I fucking love it. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And, me and you talk so much about how much is life already destined? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how like, is it already set out? Is there already...
Let's talk about what we talked about last night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like the paths, like, I feel there is, like, a destiny, you know what I mean, for each and every person, but the choices you make during your crucial moments is the path that you follow. Like we said, there's a high road, there's mediocrity, and then there's the self-destruction road. and the decisions you make going up until that point
Yeah.
put you on which path your life is
Yeah.
going to go. And it happens so fast,
Yeah.
but it's like, you know what I mean? I feel so many people by the time they make it and they're happy and they're like, wow, like I would have never thought that this was going to happen. But every decision I made up until this point was for this moment.
All came together.
Yeah.
It was like this microcosm of like these little small pieces of time and experiences and meeting this person and dating that person and going to that gym. It like there comes a moment where like everything starts going together. So like, dude, I'm a big believer in synchronicity, and synchronicity basically means it's just any of those moments that you're kind of like everything just clicks.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, whoa, I know this. I know what's happening. It's like weird, you know. Like there's no there's no way to measure it because you can't see it,
Right.
you know. But it's like that weird moment where everything, like right now, we're having that moment right now. We're doing this podcast. We've been boys since we were like 9 years old. We talked about doing, you talked to my dad about doing a business together, like 3 years ago. We both had very similar stories, and now we're sitting here in this living room. And also another thing with synchronicity is, it just feels right, and
Pure.
it just feels pure.
Yeah.
And that for me is a testament of, okay, I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm still having those moments where things are like the quantum realm is just throwing things in.
Yeah.
And because you'll know, like there will be times in life where there's like nothing is like, it seems like life is like kind of dry. But if you start following whatever path you think that God has laid out for you, you start getting in tune with these moments where you're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, that happened, so this could happen, and that's how I know I'm on the right path.
Right. Yeah, like just a backstory for the people watching. I want to say 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I ran into Jake's dad,
Yeah.
Jerry Moe, at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
And at the time, Jake was training. I was also training kids.
Yep.
And his dad, me and his dad talked for about 20, 30 minutes about an idea, like a proposal that me and Jake can start our own training company where,
Yeah.
Jake would do the football side, I would do basketball.
Yeah.
We could both do the conditioning and agility, and we can create this empire of athletes
Yeah.
because of all the people we know.
Yeah.
3 years later, we're doing the same exact thing,
Yeah.
but you're doing the filming,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the podcasting,
Yeah.
and it goes hand in hand,
Yeah.
just like sports do.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's crazy, like you said, those moments. If you told my 20-year-old self that when I was talking to your pops, like,
Yeah.
I actually mean you guys are gonna do a podcast
yeah,
later,
right.
And, bro, you would have, you know what I mean? You'd be like, all right, whatever. Like I'm a basketball player, you're a football player.
Yeah.
So it's those moments where it's like those omens that I always mention,
Yeah.
from The Alchemist, that you don't realize it
Yeah.
then, but you see it now.
Yeah,
and me and
yeah.
you just talk about, like, me
Right.
and you could talk for hours just about all the little signs that we've both seen,
Yeah.
and how it plays a part in our life
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yo, read The Alchemist.
Please.
Read it. Yeah. Yeah, it's dope, man.
Please.
Because it says in the book, it says there's like this saying maktub, which is it is written, which is like basically means everything is written.
Yeah.
So that was, because you always hear everything happens for a reason, but I struggle with that a little bit because I also believe in free will a little bit. I believe in both. I believe there's free will. I believe everything happens for a reason.
Right.
So that's when you and I kind of theorized last night. We were like, well, everything should happen for a reason if you follow the course that's
Yes.
intended for you.
Yeah.
But like you said, there is this other course, this mediocrity course, that so many Americans fall under, and I'll explain that in a second. And then there's the self-destruction course that I'll explain. So like there's 3 roads, right? One road leads to the mountaintops, your the highest dreams,
Yep.
no suffering, happiness, joy, peace, abundance, fruition, all that beautiful stuff. And then this road is like a secure road, and it leads to like a small mountain, whatever.
Yeah.
like it's
Just
like actually I don't even know if there is a mountain, like there's just
Maybe
you're
a
kind of
hill.
just you get a little hill with like a grill on it.
Yeah, little flag up there. You made it.
Yeah, like everyone's
everyone's kind of like
a gold star.
Yeah,
it's not.
It ain't nothing. It ain't the mountain. And then there's this other path that like just gets cut off somewhere, and then people just start falling down this ditch. Yeah, like it's
where
just,
the mountain like separates and you just fall down and you don't come
right.
back.
Like the plates just go. So like this I would say that the self-destruction route is the route where you just become extremely you don't have any purpose in your life. So you just think to yourself, there's no reason to even be here anymore. Yeah. That's like the worst it can get. You know, not many people are there, but that like is rising. And that was like one of the reasons why I wanted to get into some type of video podcast type of thing, was because there's been so many moments of my life that I felt so good that I wanted to spread it. And then like, dude, I shared the Mike Stud thing with you, and that like changed your life.
Exactly.
You know?
One moment.
I'm a believer in it, bro. So I'm not even saying that I would say something. I mean, hopefully I say cool things, but maybe I share something and that hits someone, and that can save this person from falling down to the point of no return. And then there's people in the middle, which is like most Americans, I feel like, we are taught to go to school and obey our teachers. It's like obey our teachers and get good grades, and then go to college, and then pick a degree that's like pretty safe, you know, pick a, you know, some type of business or degree or medical degree, you know, whatever. And if you're really a hot shot, you become a doctor or a lawyer, you know, like those are kind of these secure paths in the middle. But the good news about that path is that it seems good because you won't necessarily have to worry too much about like your money and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like a security behind it.
Yeah, but you completely give up. All your creativity is gone.
Yeah, no, you're
time.
You're like a robot. You're like a robot.
Yeah, you know, it seems right. It just seems like the excitement and the wonder of life is just completely stripped from you, because you know it's a blueprint. But the first business that I started was with this kid named Q, and it was called No Blueprint. And our big thing was to don't live the middle life. Don't be this person. Because if you're living a life that's a blueprint, like I can look up right now in Google how to live a successful life, and it would be like, get good grades, go to college, get a master's degree in something, get an internship, get a job, move to your hometown, get a white picket fence, marry someone, retire at 65, and then die.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that and you're happy, good. I'm not saying that this is a recipe for not happiness, but I see how it can lead to this. Like the road between the average road and the messed up road is much closer than the road between the average road and
the higher road. Yeah.
The mountain. But realistically, it is there, but actually they're all the same. Here, we're doing it. So they're all the same distance from each other, right? But this road is visible. Like you can see, if you're on the average road, you can see the shitty road, but you can't really see the mountain. But if you can kind of unblind whatever it is that's blocking your vision, you free up whatever time, mental space that you have.
Yes.
You'll see like a path, right? A little path, and you'll go down that path a little bit, and you'll be like, where the fuck did this mountain come from? Yeah. Like, dude, you can, because I was there. Like I've been in a point in my life emotionally where I was in that average, just stagnant, all right, I'm going to get a normal job.
Yeah.
And my life is going to be like, I've thought about like the filmmaking thing is crazy, bro. Like why would I do this if I can just go become a cop with for no school, make $100,000?
Yeah.
Do that thing. But then you kind of, something happens, like something goes wrong.
Uh-huh.
And you kind of see this other path, and you're like, whoa.
Get curious.
Okay, there's a camera over there. What's that camera doing there?
Yeah.
And you pick it up, and then the more you get into whatever it is that's going to get you to the mountain, the more you start to see the mountain, bro. And then while you're on that path, while you're on that journey to the mountain, it's not even about the mountain. You're just happy with the path.
Yeah.
Like the path is cool, you know? But this place, so anyway, I think that that's the way to live your life. And how do you live that life? Well, I think you start doing things for yourself, stop doing things for other people. You don't live life based off of money and achievement. You live life based off of what do you like to do. Right. You know, it's just very simple. There's not much philosophy behind it. It's just like you can just identify whatever it is that you like to do, small things. Like you said before, like you kind of identified like there was something with communication that you did, and that led you to here. And I'm sure you feel like you're on this higher path, right?
Yeah, because I feel like I can use my message, and like I like speaking to people. I like helping people. I like seeing people's their mental and see their thought process, and see if I can, help them in a way, or speak to them, or just be open ears. Yeah. Whereas like I'm just gonna sit back and listen. Yeah. But I like to pick people's brains and see where their like intellect is at, and like intellectual mind, all that stuff. Where it's like I can do this in the podcast. This is the perfect setting for it.
Best way to do it.
Because I can talk in a conversation, but it's like when it just flows, people just talk about the stuff that's really on their mind, the stuff that they care about. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean? That's why I was like, this is the perfect idea for me. Yeah. Because I was a quiet kid growing up, you know what I mean? Didn't really, you know what I mean? Like I stayed to myself for the most part. I had friends and stuff like that, but I was quiet. I was shy when I would go out, whatever. Yeah. But it's like, this was like coming out where it's like, you know what? Let me use my brain and, you know what I mean? Yeah. My ability to speak to people and reach people on this platform. And that's why I found this, and I was like, bro, like, this is perfect.
Where do you think you're going to be in 5 years?
5 years.
5 years, man.
5 years. So I'll be 28.
28.
I believe.
Do you do any type of like manifestation, visualization type of thing?
Not seriously, but I do.
I need to get back into that. I used to do that. Yeah, it's really good, bro.
I do a little bit. You know what I mean? Like me and my girl, like we talk about it, like our goals and stuff like that. Like we even like wrote down our goals. Like we do stuff like that. Yeah. But nothing where I'm like, this is exact. Because I don't know. I don't think I know where I want to be in 5 years. I'm kind of just living in the moment. Cool. And like you said, like, and I talked to you about it, where it's like I'm in this state of like this blanket of security, like. That like I'm gonna be all right, like everything's gonna be fine. Right. So it's like I'm not really like worried.
The road is as nice as the mountain.
Yeah, like I just haven't got there yet, cool, but like bro. I'm on the path there. So like I feel like I'm not really worried about like failure or if this doesn't work out, whatever, because it's just like it's all part of the journey, and I'm gonna be exactly where I need to be 5 years from now, because I'm gonna do the right things every single day, leading up to that point.
You won, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Shout out to you for that.
Because, I try not to worry anymore, man. You can't... If you're worrying about tomorrow or worrying about yesterday, you're screwing up your now. Yeah. And I feel like you just got to live in every moment and make the best of every single thing, small or big, because if you're doing the right thing at all times, bro, it's self-explanatory. Like, you're just building and building and building and building to get to where you need to be. Yeah. And like we said, like, we don't know. Who knows where 5 years could take us from now? But if me and you continue to, bro, just grind and just keep doing what we love and keep doing it, bro, it's gonna speak for itself, man. Yeah. The results are gonna speak for itself. Yeah. And that was a huge thing you said in our last episode, where like so many people are result driven and outcome driven. Yeah. Where they're losing sight of what they're actually doing in the moment, because they're so focused on if my goal was like I need to be as big as Joe Rogan's podcast, bro, there's no one in the world as big as Joe Rogan's podcast. Get so demoralized, exactly, because that mountain is too high to reach right now. Yeah. So let's build a podcast, let's build a platform, let's build a rapport, it just doesn't make sense to reach that high. Yeah. Charlie Rocket said it. Yeah. The people around you are the ones that you're going to come up with. Right. Bro, and I believe that so much.
Yeah. And how sweet is that going to be, right? When one day, like, we're looking back, bro, and like I said before, we were wearing the fedoras, bro, and the white shirts, and we're at Santorini or something, and we're looking back, and we're like, man, we enjoyed every step of the way. We knew we were going to get somewhere. Yeah. We weren't stressed out. We knew everything was going to be okay. And now we're at this, all because we just stayed that course. We're at this place now where we have all these beautiful things, and we're just as happy now as we were then.
Yeah.
Like, bro, because if you really think about it, like, what could be better than this? I mean, I know we're small scale, you know, like there's like some things that I would like maybe like a little bit more time, like just a little bit more freedom would be cool. But other than that, like you got to be happy with, if you're not happy with getting an LED sign, like you got to celebrate that, you know?
Right.
And if you don't, the 1,000-foot LED sign isn't going to be cool.
No.
Like the little things, the logo is cool, the website is cool, this is cool, because like if I handed you, I saw this thing today in video games. People are like buying gear off other people, and I was like, what? Why would you buy that? I was like, the point of the video game is to get the gear,
right?
You know, like life.
Seriously, yeah.
Like if life, the point of life is to go get whatever it is that you're trying to get. If you just give me $1 million, or if you just give me happiness, it's not going to mean anything to me because I didn't go and get it.
Gotta earn it.
Yeah, you got to earn it. And like it's almost like if life was a level system, leveling up is cool. I don't care if it's level 2 or level 1,000. Like it's every single time you level up. I don't want to be level 1,000 because if I'm level 1,000, I have no more levels to go.
Right.
I don't want to be an expert off the bat. People think the main reason why I got so good with filmmaking at such a early pace was because, bro, I even have it on my phone. I'll show you after this. There was some quote that I read online about, it was like, the beginner has everything to learn, but the master only has few. And if you really think about life, learning is fun. It's a little painful, but it's also fun. Yo, I get to learn like 5 different things a day being a beginner. I get to learn so much. When you're a master, you have to like spend due diligence getting one thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn.
No,
like, so I don't want it, and that's the fun of learning a new the whole fun of learning a new skill is those moments when it clicks. Like if you're learning how to play the guitar, that you hit a chord and it finally strums correctly, and like that's like whoa.
Yeah, like that exhilarating feeling where it's like I got it. You know what I mean?
It's like when you win your first match in Fortnite.
Bro, I swear to God, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's top 5 feelings. For anyone that's played Fortnite, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Bro, that was top 5 feelings. Like winning your first solo in Fortnite.
Right.
Bro, it was like that was like the biggest adrenaline rush I've had since, you know what I mean? Like doing crazy shit as a kid. Like,
what if I told people right now that if they found something that they love doing, when you get your logo designed for you and it comes back and it looks cool,
you get that same feeling.
Same feeling.
Yeah.
And that's a feeling. And that's another good way to gauge if you're on that right path.
Yeah.
If you're genuinely excited about those little things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. This is
a good one, bro.
Very good.
Yeah.
Liked where it went.
Yeah, man. Me too, bro. We'll be back on again and to talk more about the mental stuff, bro.
Yeah, like we should do one just straight flat, just rolling,
spit it out there, because bro, like there's so much that's helped me, and there's probably a lot that's helped you, and honestly, bro, like you know what I think is beautiful about you, bro, like a lot of the things that I picked up on was I just had to learn. I had to learn. But like, bro, you're just like, you seem so like just positive in general because you had that thing happen to you at such a young age with your mom,
right? That
your perspective was kind of just it was almost like for you realized at such a young age, which is what I'm working on realizing right now, is that there's no reason worrying and negativity and sadness and gossiping about people and worrying about worrying about the opinions of others. All those things is just going to make you a more negative person, and you're going to have less energy.
Yeah. Bro, there's no room for it.
No.
Like, there's no room and time to have that stuff in your life.
No room at all.
It's
because you could still be upset. You could still be upset about your mom.
Every day.
It's just a choice.
Every day. You know what I mean? Like, but
it comes up.
Yeah, but it's not something that you can let affect your everyday life
Yeah.
because you can't change it, man. I can't go back. I can't get her back.
Yeah.
So that forced me at 12 years old to become a grown man at 12.
Beautiful, bro.
Obviously, I still had to grow up,
Yeah.
but it made me put my big boy pants on as a 12-year-old and like, all right, like life is real. You know what I mean? 12-year-olds, they're not worried about like the stuff I was worried about when I was 12.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're worried about middle school sports and
Yeah.
what they're eating for lunch and what mom and dad packed them for lunch.
Yeah.
Like, and I know there's thousands of kids out there that have lost parents just like me, and I know they can relate.
Yeah.
Or even the kids that didn't grow up with a parent, a mother, or a father.
Yeah.
I can't relate to them because
Yeah.
I did have mine both
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
But you can't dwell on that for the rest of your life because you're doing yourself a disservice, and I would be doing my mom a disservice.
Yeah.
If I cried every day and didn't want to do anything for the rest of my life because I lost my mom when I was 12, my mom would be like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why?
Yeah,
Why would you do
realistically,
this?"
She'd literally be looking down on you like,
Exactly.
Why are you doing that?
Why would you do that? And
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense for people to do that. And it's hard, and it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Everyone takes loss differently.
Yeah.
Me and my dad took it differently.
Yeah.
But my dad took it differently because he chose her. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel, you know what I mean? I felt like even worse because like he chose her. We can't choose our parents. You're born with your parents. Not that I would trade my mom for anyone.
No, of course. Yeah.
But
yeah.
he chose her. There's
something
3 billion
about romantic love.
Yeah, you know,
bro.
like
yeah, that's
so
a tough.
so
tough
that
loss,
that's
bro.
so like everyone takes losses differently.
Yeah.
He took it worse than me as a
Grown
40
man,
40
yeah.
year old, and I'm 12.
Yeah.
He took it worse than me.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be the one, but anyone that's lost someone and stuff like that, man, if I could give you some advice, man, like do it for them.
Yeah.
What would they want you to do?
Right.
And do it where you're doing it because it makes you happy and they're just watching you. They're watching over you the whole time.
Yeah.
So don't let yourself like get in a dark place.
Yeah,
I feel
love
like
that.
don't let yourself get in the dark
I
place
love
when
that.
you lose someone. Because like we lost our brother Jason, man.
Yeah.
That was a reality check
Yeah.
for me. Because that was
Yeah.
the first time I lost someone.
Like someone that you kind of thought was a little limitless.
Right. And it was
he
like
had cancer. You didn't see that coming. You know.
right.
It
It was just like that. He was taken.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to accept that fact, but you know what I mean? Death is real, and I don't know, man. It's just something that you gotta live with. You gotta accept it. You gotta live with, and you gotta take the most positives out of it as you can.
I think what would be really powerful for people to hear, and this is something that I heard recently from Jordan Peterson, and he said that this mother hit him up, and she said that her daughter committed suicide, and she was just beating herself up over it. Like, what could I have done differently? Why wasn't I there? She was doing that worrying thing, and she was so paralyzed by the regret of her daughter dying and her feeling like she had something to do with it. She was like, and Jordan Peterson was like, "Is your husband upset about it?" And she was like, not nearly as much as I am. And he was like, "Do you want him to be like as upset as you are?" And she was like, "No, like that would be terrible." And she was like, "So why would you treat yourself why would you make yourself feel shitty if you wouldn't want your loved ones to feel shitty?
Why would you want better for someone else? Why would you want better for someone else rather than better for yourself?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you should want the best. You should have your best interest in yourself.
Yeah.
And your loved ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like yourself first.
Yeah, because if you are paralyzed and you can't, if you're so negative and so sad, you can't do anything good for anyone anyway. Like, the best way to help someone is to just be the best version of yourself.
Yep.
Like, who do you want to be in a time of chaos? You want to be able to be someone that people can depend on.
Yeah.
Because if you really care about people, that's the best way to help them, is to be the rock. And how do you be the rock? Well, maybe you treat yourself, maybe you do for yourself what you would do for another person.
Yeah.
Like, I think about even like with my ex, I wouldn't want her to be beating herself up over everything that we went through, and I beat myself up over it. But sometimes I'm like, if I don't want her to be upset about it, why am I upset about it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just put it into perspective. So if you can take that love for you that you have for your loved ones and that compassion, and I don't want to see them upset. Maybe when you're going through the tough time of losing someone, maybe that can help you out, is if you treat yourself like someone else.
Right. Yeah, you hit that right on point, honestly.
Yeah, bro.
But
I think we're chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it. That's 2 hours, 4K. Enjoy.
Yeah, no, this was a goodie. But yeah, bro. So this was a very good episode, man. Thank you for coming back on.
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
I hope most of y'all made it to this point in the
Yeah.
podcast, and just for my podcast going forward, I don't expect people to watch 2 hours straight and film,
Yeah.
but man, like there's some definite like knowledge being dealt in these conversations and stuff like that. So man, watch 20, 30 minutes at a time and clip it up and take your time watching it, because I feel like at some point in this episode, you can take a piece from this that's going to benefit your life.
You can get something out. You got to think about it. Like, this podcast popped up on your screen for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because they didn't have to see it, you know? No. And like you just said, like, they're I mean, listen, I don't want to say that I have all the knowledge or anything.
Right. We're not these preachers, philosophers,
no.
But we're regular people that can relate to these other people, and we face the same issues that other people are facing.
It inspired me when you were talking about your mom.
Yeah.
I got inspired, bro. I'm gonna take something out of that.
Right.
You know? And I mean, but I'm inspired all the time by people, bro. Like, I think that if you made it here, shout out to you, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, thank you,
and,
for real.
We're going to keep this thing rolling. We're going to keep it going.
Fuck yeah,
and,
bro.
Man, this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning
of what's to come. So,
I like it.
Thank you. Another dope
Love
one.
you, bro. Yep.
Love you too, my boy.
In the rap.
And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Peace.